Hello everyone and welcome to the Northeastern eSports Tournament, League of Legends. I am joined by my fellow caster, Etos, or Ewan Etos Reed.
There we go, and Jaden, of course, running me on my side is Benjamin Tico Lee. He's been here since Monday, of course, 3 days of esports events. I believe it was Rocket League, FIFA, and of course now we concluded with the League of Legends tournament today.
Yeah, it's a beautiful tournament that they have organized at the Wodonga Senior Secondary College, and want to say thank you to the sponsors, McDonald's. We also have HyperX sponsoring us with some beautiful headsets, and the Wodonga Homemaker and Barali.
Definitely. So, thank you very much for everyone who's setting us up. But of course, we will be looking at the first game of today. And for the first game, both Wodonga teams will be facing up against each other. And from the research we've done, these are two particularly strong teams. So it's going to be very fun as we will load ourselves into the Champion Select very soon. There we go.
Yeah. And we are right into the pick and ban phase. And first off, Cho'Gath is gone.
I mean, Cho'Gath, are we really surprised? We know for a fact that Aussie plays Cho'Gath, and it's such a menace to deal with. He's tanky as hell. He can one-shot quite literally anybody, so get rid of him.
Yeah, and they have also taken away the Warwick. He's a huge werewolf, and they just do not want their blood taken out of their body.
Exactly. Warwick able to hunt anyone down on the map. There is no escape when he gets the blood rolling, but Brand taken away as well, which we know for a fact Senior Red plays.
Yeah, the Flame and the Fire taken away, and that's another target ban coming out from the Senior Blue team. And they've also taken away Kane.
So this is a double jungle ban aimed specifically at Sheepy. So it's quite clear that Senior Red do not want to let Sheepy have a fun game, get rid of as many champions of his as they possibly can.
But they've also taken away the Zed and the Lux, two mid laners, two huge mid laners taken away, and, well, maybe Lux can flex support, though.
Exactly, and Lux has definitely popped up on the list that these champions can play. So, but unsurprising here, Lucian is the first pick in for Senior Blue. Now, there are a lot of things that pair brilliantly with Lucian. You can pick up the Lucian Braum, for example, which is a lane that is designed to get ahead and kill your opponents.
Yeah, his passive stacks really well with Braum's passive, because after every ability use, Lucian can hit auto attacks twice, and that stacks really well with Braum's passive, because that stacks with auto attacks, so you can stun enemies with Braum. But they do have the Fiora and the Shyvana in the top and jungle.
Exactly. Now, this is a very interesting fact. For Shyvana needs a lot of time to get powerful. She spends the first 20 minutes of the game farming up, getting her items, becoming online. So they're basically submitting the early game and saying we'll scale fantastically. But on the other side, they're taking you got a farming jungler, we got a fighter.
Yeah, and they do not have any tanks up their lineup yet, and it's definitely not a Lucian top. I hope not. But
I mean, it could be a Lucian top.
It could be, but into a Fiora?
I mean, it can work in theory.
True.
If she doesn't get on top of you, she can't kill you.
Yeah, and they have picked up the Akali as well, but a Talon into an Akali.
I mean, the matchup works. Akali has invisibility with one of her shrouds, so it makes her untargetable. Turrets can't hit her, you can't hit her. But on the other side, Talon does bring invisibility to the battle himself. So it's basically a battle of who could play around invisibility better to one-shot the other assassin.
And we do see a smite on Mr. Tail as well. I mean, I'm expecting him to change that, but it'll be interesting because I have seen a smite in the mid lane before.
Yeah,
helps secure objectives.
Yeah, it does work. Like, smite top laners were a thing back when Cinderhold allowed scaling and didn't have the anti-funnel strategy gold allowance onto it, so it could work in theory, but I would be very surprised if he does bring smite in. But on the other side, Kled coming out, which we know for a fact that Virtus Dragon plays quite a bit of Kled, and Draven not allowed onto the Rift today.
Unfortunate. We know Please Be Nice is a really good Draven player. He's played it quite a bit. So taking that Draven pick away is actually very crucial. But Yasuo has been taken away as well. Hasaki.
Hasaki indeed. But Yasuo, basically, if Yasuo gets ahead, the game's sort of over at that point. He'll one-shot your tank, he'll one-shot your squishy, he'll one-shot anything, but Basic is taking up a Jhin, which, I mean, if you do it a free hit, that's a deadly pick.
Exactly, he's got the range as well. So he's got the poke, he's got the range. We just have to wait and see what support is going to be picked for Please Be Nice, what Breno is going to pick to go with Lucian.
I mean, I would say Braum here. Braum did get a bit of a nerf this patch, so he's not as hard to kill as he was. As we can see, the audience having a hell of a support for their classmates coming in, but Breno's Morgana makes a lot of sense. This guy plays a hell of a lot of Morgana.
Yeah, Breno is very comfortable on this champion. Morgana is heavy disengage and has that black shield to stop quite a bit of CC. Not that the Senior Red team does have CC on their team. They do have a Fiora, which can slow or stun, but that
Nami,
is about it.
Indeed, but they do pick up a Nami who brings that crowd control they need. Of course, the Tidal Wave, a large area of effect knock-up, and as well as the Bubble, another knock-up to disrupt the enemy battle line. So the Morgana hit definitely does work, not only just for the protection that the Black Shield offers, but the pick potential. Her Dark Binding, if she catches a member of Senior Red unprepared, they're going to be just straight up killed because the Lucian can follow up, the Graves can follow up, the Akali. Everyone in Senior Blue has a dash to follow up a good Dark Binding.
You're very right. It's either lockdown or dash, and it is beautiful if Senior Blue do get the jump on one of the characters, preferably a carry. But it wouldn't be a terrible thing if they did catch out that Nami, because she provides with a massive amount of heals, as well as damage buffs.
Exactly. Nami is basically if you keep her alive, she helps your team win, but she's not the damage threat. So you've got the mix of, do you focus the Jhin, the Talon, or the Fiora, who are dealing the damage, or do you get rid of the Nami first, who is ensuring that they deal more damage already? So ensured damage versus the possible damage. That's going to come up to how they choose, as we will be loading into the first game of today's tournament.
Yeah, and it's going to be
Anytime.
an interesting one. Yeah, anytime now. Wodonga,
There we go.
look at those skins coming out. Because it's on Tournament Realm, of course, they're going to take full advantage of it.
You got to bring the skins in.
Yeah.
There's nothing else for the BM game.
Unless
as
you're
well.
Faker.
Unless you're Faker, but I'm going to go on a slightly... Faker actually has played with multiple skins throughout the tournament live. So we will be loading into our first game between the two Wodonga teams, and hopefully we have some fun early shenanigans coming out of these two lots.
Yeah, and we're going to head straight into this one. It's going to be interesting to see how these two teams play it out. Senior 1 versus Senior 2. And they're just going to go with standard starts, it looks like. Nothing too interesting.
I mean, we're talking about standard starts. Talon is bringing the Teleport, which is a bit unconventional.
Teleport
and has
Smite.
also brought the Smite. So, it works if you got a Warrior Enchantment. It's basically a free BF sword on top of the challenging Smite. Talon's also decided that he hasn't got items. He doesn't need items to win this lane.
Mr. Tails, pick up some items.
There we go, first start of the tournament. And
he's diving
Talon,
turret,
wait, what?
though. He's taking too many turret shots. Couple more auto attacks.
There we go.
Echo picking up first blood of the game.
I don't know if we can hear that across stream, but the audience just has lost their damn minds on first blood already. And we're not even 2 minutes into the game. This is going to be a bloodbath if that is anything to tell us.
Typical Echo is going to is not going to back off that. Going to keep the gold in his pocket and will reset later once he gets hopefully a couple more kills and maybe gets ahead, because Akali is huge when she's ahead.
Exactly, but Talon now has picked up his items. He's picked up one long sword. He's like, okay, maybe I need some items to beat this guy in lane. So, but outside of that one fight early, there's actually been nothing early. But I was going to say, when you look at the top lane, we know for a fact that Virtus, this is brutal to watch. He can't win this. He's trying to fight this. The Ignite goes down. And typical Echo is going to pick up the second kill of the game, not 2 minutes in.
He takes a second blood. Typical Echo. Almost there.
He's trying to turn back time. He thinks he's actually playing Echo. He's trying to turn back time. It's just not working.
Well, I mean, typical Echo. He's the one on Akali. He's going to be... he's going to be carrying this game. He's already levels ahead. 1 level ahead. He's already got 1 CS ahead as well. So that's going to be...
As we look at the bottom of the map, but this is definitely a really bad place for the mid laner of Senior Red coming. The Dark Binding lands Jhin. He only has 4 shots, but he's not falling down. Ignite going down. 1 more shot will do it, but he managed to get out of the way. But Nami... Small he does flash. Flash Dark Binding. Oh, the Dark Binding! Breno picks up his first of the game.
Breno taking the kill for that one. The AD carry is not going to be able to get that one, but he does get the assist gold for that.
Exactly, and assist gold's all you need right now. Look at the lines of CS. 1 person is on double-digit CS because of all the fighting that has been taking place so far in this game.
Exactly. Both junglers are now ahead of their laners. They're going to go for a fight. Unfortunately, that's not your shroud, Mr. Tails. You can't go invisible. Only typical Echo can.
1 more hit will do it.
Second turret shots. He's not going to be able to pick up another one. He hoped, but he did not succeed.
He's a coward. You go for the kill at that point. Dive under the turret, but Ozzy is dominating this top lane. Shen, you pick it to nullify the lane to not have a bad laning phase, but he is definitely having a rough game.
Yeah, but look at Mr. Tails. He's deciding to stay.
There we go.
Typical Echo goes on a killing spree.
4-0 in kill scores, and we're not even 5 minutes into the game.
Dark
this
Binding
is not
landing.
looking pretty for Senior Blue right now.
No, definitely not. Please be nice. He's got a bit of damage on his side. He's doing a lot of poking.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to be the one that's being nice right now. The Dark Bindings are landing, so Senior Blue can't actually fight back when they get caught by them, and Lucian gets a full spell rotation and 3 hits on them. So it's not looking pretty for Senior Blue, but they have the chance to get back in this.
Yeah, Senior Blue on the red side. Dark Binding does land. Torment style. Please be United has gone in. Black Shield landing. Picks up a return kill though. Basic Q Hunter getting a good trade there.
That's Senior Blue picking up their first return kill of the game. Please be nice. Walked 2 far forwards and didn't burn the heal. He had the summoner spell up to give him that bonus health, and he simply forgot to use it.
Yeah, unfortunate there. He does. A lot of summoners have been used down bot lane. A bit of a trade going.
Indeed, Shen trying to challenge the duelist, but like Fiora will win this most times out of 10. Like Fiora's got a ton of damage, she's got a ton of healing in her kit and percentage health damage. So Vert Dragon needs to play a bit smarter here, because if he keeps taking hand-fisted trades against Fiora, Fiora's simply going to start killing him.
He does have the Dorn Shield though, so if he does decide to go for a trade, he does have a health, but he goes in for the taunt. He's trying to dish out a bit of damage, but he just does not have it. Ozzy, he's trying to escape, flashing for that. Grasp barely keeps him alive.
Indeed, Ozzy manages to get his way out of there alive. Was forced to burn the flash in all of that, but all considering that isn't the end of the world. Meanwhile, Dark Binding lands. That is a dead Nami already. Surely to go one more hit will do it. There we go, the Tormented Soil, and now we're seeing the 2 junglers duke it out. The audience goes bloody wild.
Unfortunate, they weren't able to pick up another kill there. And the support picks it up, a bit of a trade in the jungle. Jungle meets jungle.
So, Cal and Brad duking it out, and now we see the issue. Brad needs time, he needs more items, and unfortunately, Tails maybe 1 hit away from it. Execution is done.
He goes on the turret
and picks up the kill. Indeed, so there we see the audience going absolutely wild there. And of course, the mid lane is this. Typical Echo is 4-0. 5 minutes 30 into the game. That's not what you want. And Brad, he's forced out of his own jungle.
Sheepy going ham, forced to go on the turret, and now in comes Fiora. Might be looking for something. 2v1, no, 2v2 as Vert Dragon does return to lane.
Exactly, but Vert Dragon has the crowd control of the taunt, so they can't really risk it. As another Dark Binding lands, and Basics lost all his health for like the 5th time already.
And the CS difference between these two teams are amazing. Look at the CS difference between the mid laners, 19 and 6. Mr. Tails needs some CS if he wants to stay in this game.
He needs support, he needs help from his jungler Brad, but the issue is that playing that Shyvana, he can't actually help his laner. He needs to get his items, he needs to get his Razorback jungle item, and preferably his Blade of the Rune King as well. And he just doesn't have that, he can't help this lane that is in desperate need of support.
Vert Dragon taking quite a bit of damage. He's not able to trade anything back. His Dorn Shield just doesn't give him the health back that he needs. But in comes Shyvana. Dark Binding does land a really good disengage.
Exactly.
And now a lot of return damage, but they're going to be able to back away from this one. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Mr. Tails taking quite a bit of damage. Typical Echo playing around with him now.
That is 5 solo kills from Typical Echo this game. Like, that is at this point making a statement. I mean, Mr. Tails isn't honestly worth that whole lot of gold. He's simply killing him for the sake of, hey, I can kill you, therefore I will kill you.
And look at the amount of gold in Typical Echo's pocket. He's just backed, he's just spent all that item. He's just spent all those items.
It's gonna be for a Gunblade, right?
We have to see. We'll see what he clicks. But we do see Brad. He's picked up the Hextech Gunblade. He's got the Vampiric Scepter up under his belt. And now, yeah, it's definitely a Gunblade.
Exactly, it has to be a Gunblade. That makes a lot of sense. Akali does both physical damage and ability power damage. She is the hybrid of mages and assassins. So building an item that gives you life steal, a magic damage, and physical attack makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, it's beautiful to see how they're going to be able to play this one out. Typical Echo, look at that damage!
2 levels down, he can't fight this! The Shroud comes out, and a 6 solo kill! Typical Echo is just styling on Tails.
This is complete and utter domination. This mid lane needs some help. Vert Dragon taking quite a bit of damage, but in comes Sheepy, 50 cal. He's looking to take quite a bit of damage. He slows him.
He has no ulti.
He does not, but Fiora does. Not going to be able to use it though. Just going to walk away from this one quite easily.
Exactly. Ozzy tried to play aggressive. He's like, hey, I can go for a kill onto Vert Dragon, and Sheepy's like, you get the hell off my top laner. Forces him back, and while Grand Challenge was used on the bottom side, this is just painful to watch. Please Be Nice is not doing that at all.
Nah, he is definitely not being nice. Torment Soil, they're just walking into these dark bindings though. But we do see Sheepy, he's gonna meet up and dish out quite a bit of damage to Brad, forcing him off his own red buff, and that is when you know that you're losing in the jungle.
Exactly, he's forced off his red buff. His mid laner can't help him because his mid lane is 3 levels down and is being styled on right now, so we can see that. And the top laner can't do a whole lot to help. Fiora is on 29 CS compared to the 48 of Vert Dragon. And meanwhile, the bottom lane is also trouble as Nami falls for the 4th time this game.
Nami needs to back away. She does have the boost to give to Jin, but unfortunately, Jin only has 2 longswords, has decided to go for a fully upgraded boots, though.
Exactly, so he's fast. The issue is that being fast doesn't mean you do a lot of damage. So, and you compare that to the Bilgewater Cutlass, and meanwhile, going under turret, Kali is untargeted, the Shadow Assault comes out, but it looks like he does manage to live for now.
Does back away from this one. Sheepy there to support him if he does need it. Typical Echo, I think this is the lowest amount of health he's been this entire game.
Pretty much, and most of the health was lost to the turret. Mr. Tails wasn't actually the one dishing out all the damage, so we'll have to see how that goes. But on Tails' side, look at his items. He's picked up a longsword and a dagger. This guy is really struggling when it comes to itemizations and what to be building properly. He needs to get a Hex Drinker or something defensive because he is losing this mid lane right now.
No, he definitely is. And as we said before, Brad can't help him. So this, look at the BM coming out from Please Be Nice. I mean, he's backing under turret.
When you're recalling in front of the enemy and there is so little they can do about it, you simply dash away from the one ability they throw at you, you know you've lost control of your bottom lane. They've lost control of the mid lane, they've lost control of the top lane almost, and their jungler can't fight Sheepy. As we see once again, Brad is in so much trouble. He falls into a dragon but doesn't get over the wall. Total damage, and one more shot to pick up his first kill of the game.
And Sheepy running from this one.
Indeed, San United who comes in, the Shen is about to arrive, and suddenly they realize they're outnumbered 4 versus 2. The Dark Binding doesn't connect, but the Flash Torn coming out locks up the Jin. He managed to get out there with a heal, but they are diving under the turret, and Small Yeet falls down. Curtain Call opens up to try and get some artillery in, but it's just not enough to get a return kill.
No, definitely not. A bit of a trade coming in the mid lane. I think Mr. Tails is doing well to not die as much as he did before, but he needs to CS. He's only got 15.
Exactly, 15 CS. He's barely. He's probably got less gold than the support at this point. The support is 0 and 5. But that is the first turret falling in favor of Senior Red, putting them at a 5,000 gold advantage 10 minutes into the game.
And this is not great.
I mean, it's
not good at all.
It's a disaster.
No, they do have sustain. Look at Senior Red. They've got a Vampiric Scepter under
the
typical.
coming in.
Aussie,
And
good
Shroud.
Shroud coming out. It's like, nope. BMs.
Pretty much, like, it's like when someone takes a punch and you just, like, take one side step and just completely whiffs.
Yeah,
like, that's
exactly.
basically what the Shroud is, because no matter what you throw at me, I'm gonna dodge it.
This is my turf. This is my swamp, is what typical Echo is saying. I mean, he is not scared of anyone right now. 6-0.
Yeah, there we go. Someone in the crowd knows what's going on with swamps. But, like, they put 2 members in the mid lane to try and help deal with this Akali, and
well, there's no one up top.
there's no one top lane.
It's a free lane.
So it's worrying. And now Jin, like, this is his own jungle. This is his turf of the map, and he's being kicked around. Like, come on.
Well, yeah, but look at the amount of damage a typical Echo does with one auto attack. Goes back into the Shroud. And a huge fight coming out. He's going to be able to back away. Redemption coming in. That's an early one. And they're going to be able to kill. Double kill going over to Sheepy 50 cal.
Exactly. They're getting caught out in their own jungle because they're not allowed to be there right now. They've got no map control. They've got no map pressure. And
he's
Echo
going
goes
under.
in to try and pick up the kill. He messes it up and gets shut down. Typical Echo. Come on, man. You had Ignite.
A huge amount of gold going over to Aussie. And they're going to die this one. Vert Dragon picks up Mr. Tails. Good thing is, Mr. Tails isn't worth any gold.
You'd be better off farming minions than you would be farming Mr. Tails at this point,
Exactly,
I feel like. So, because the dragon does fall, and that is an Infernal Dragon, so that is 6% damage amplification across every single champion on the side of Red Senior.
Exactly, and Please Be Nice. He's not being fair. He's under turret, not dishing any damage to Nami, and Nami can't do anything about it. Does a couple of autos, but isn't doing anything.
Oh,
meanwhile,
Grand Challenge coming out on the top
he's
side.
used
Aussie, Wodonga gets them vengeance for the rest of his team, but the dash away coming out from the Shen will keep him alive. But lovely heal. Please Be Nice, keeping his support alive.
He's being nice to his own teammates. That's what it is. But Vert Dragon needs to back away from this one. He's not going to be able to take another trade. And if he does, he's dead, even under turret. But he does have the Spirit Refuge.
Exactly, he has Spirit Refuge, and of course he has the Taunt as well. So it looks like they have opted the back way. Ozzy not wanting to risk dying under the turret, and it makes a lot of sense. You're 5,000 gold down at 14 minutes. If you make risky plays and they backfire, you're falling even further into the hole.
Yeah, and we will have to see how they're going to play this out.
He's saying, though.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Senior Blue, but Virtual Dragon does have his jungler in his Tribush.
Exactly, but Sheepy's now up on the top side. Ozzy is in a little bit of trouble there. The smoke screen coming out, and Ozzy has to run for the hills. Collateral damage is available, so looks like they opt not to use it. Actually, he goes in. San United coming out. The shields is enough, but is it going to be enough to pick up the kill? They missed the taunt coming onto the toe.
Oh!
Damage!
Can he do this?
He 2v1 double kill!
Under turret, beautiful plays coming out from Ozzy. He managing to dodge everything, getting rid of the Spirit Refuge, making sure that that is not usable as well, and he just completely outplays him.
And this is the shining light for Senior Blue right now. Ozzy could put the game on the back. He is playing Fiora. This champion can single-handedly carry the game if he's able to, but not when your mid lane is walking up like that.
He's taking quite a bit of damage. The culling is not going to be able to pick him up, but Ignite takes him even lower. This is where you back Mr. Tails.
Yeah, Mr. Tails needs to get out of here, but also, you can't walk that far forward. There's a chin. He's going to get taken out.
Oh!
They forgot to attack him. How do you do that?
One auto attack away. He gets bubbled. Redemption comes in. He's going to be able to heal up his allies, but they're just going to keep pushing this one.
And this is surely going to mid lane turret falling, and Ozzy...
There you go.
Like, this Fiora scales fantastically, but Fiora needs to do something now. His team is breaking at the seams already, and
Mr.
Tails,
down he
you
goes.
can't be there.
No. He needs to farm it up, go in the side lanes, maybe look for some more gold, and not step up this far. He's 15 minutes in, 8 kills, he's 8 deaths under his belt.
He's 8 deaths. He's almost died once every, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is really not good. And he's still building towards the Blade of the Ruined King, which isn't even the best item in this set. You need a Hextech Hexdrinker to survive, but Fiora gets caught out where she shouldn't be and shut down!
Shutdown gold going over to Virtual Dragon. He's going to be able to pick it up. A really good taunt coming out as well. Oh! Great bubble coming out from Nami. Good disengage. And unfortunately, they weren't able to capitalize on that. They don't have the damage or the gold to deal with it. And they keep walking into these Dark Bindings.
Reno's Morgana, I think, is ban-worthy at this point. This dude has landed so many Dark Bindings that Senior Blue are getting AFK warnings. You need to dodge them, or you need to get rid of them. But Sheepy decides, you know what, I'm just going to try to delete the other team. The Tom coming in as well. Virtual Dragon on the front line, going under the turret. They don't give a damn. Tails falls, Nami falls. They do manage to pick up the tank in all of it, but that's only 1 kill going over. Shit, the curtain call opening up.
Dangerous spot.
I mean, typical Echo really wants to do it, but he is opting to back away from the fight, and now the Dragon looking hungry for kills, but the Assassin will just get himself out of it. Jumps in place out of the end.
On top of it, a lot of damage going out. And the calling to be able to pick that one up. Please be nice picks up 1. The flash coming out from typical Echo to escape from this one. I'm sure he has the damage to take him down.
Exactly. Brad can try to chase him down, but it's super risky. Please be nice to me. He's trying to run for his life. Fiora is hunting him down, but he might be able to get out of there alive. 2v1.
I don't know.
No, he can't. He runs into his death.
That was unfortunate. And that is definitely an AP Shen. He's building towards the Nashers.
So Bird Dragon's doing something quite fun where Shen, you typically build as the full tank. You build armor, you build health, you build magic resistance. As we see Mr. Tails just getting started on Shadow Assault for a little bit of time, but it's not going to do anything. Redemption coming out. Can we get the kill? Oh, the Redemption nearly gets the kill onto Mr. Tails.
Yeah, no, he doesn't die, actually.
No, he nearly got the kill.
He almost.
Yeah, he nearly got the kill.
But,
that's what that means.
Yeah, so close. Does he have Airy?
Yeah, Airy.
Yeah.
That's like you run on Airy, you run it on support champions like that because it gives you the little bit extra shield when you throw the Dark Binding on.
And extra damage.
A little bit of fun there, but talking about extra damage, it looks like someone maybe caught out of position there on the bottom side of the map, but there we go. Sheepy Pretty Cow moving in, but realizes, crap, I'm outnumbered here, I gotta go.
Yeah, typical Echo. He's almost 1v9ing here.
I mean, I wouldn't say 1v9ing because Please Not Be Nice and Breno are definitely pulling their weight. And hell, I'd say Sheepy is. I'd say the one man who's struggling in this game is Vert Dragon in the top lane, and he's not even doing poorly.
No, he definitely isn't. He's 3-2.
Oh, go Tails! Can't be caught out like that. 10 kills in 18 minutes.
Move. He was. Oh.
I mean, he's building towards his jungle item now, but I think it's a little too late.
Oh, good tidal wave.
They're buying a little bit of time. Then Wodonga taking out the turret will eventually fall. The heal not enough. Fiora now access onto the backline. Typical Echo is going to fall. Shen with that stand united to buy a little bit of time. But Senior Red have pushed their luck and get taken out.
Oh, and they have slightly turned this around. They did pick up and they overstayed. Senior Red did happen to overstay that one. Typical Echo goes down. He's got 8 kills under his belt, but he's not unkillable. He's picked up the Zonias and okay.
That's just a case where you shouldn't be there.
Deletion.
Yeah, police was like, hey, you can't be here, and then just like one-shots him. It's like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta go home.
No, he's not.
He's not going home today after
No,
that.
he is not. We have a couple more games after this, but Breno, he's doing really well to carry his 80 carry. I mean, he's carrying his 80 carry, basically.
The Dark Bindings that have connected have set up pretty much the entirety of this game. As the dragon falls, that is 2 Infernal Dragons.
Infernal, yep, that's
going
going
to
to
be Senior Red. So that's,
a lot of damage.
12 to 16% damage amplification. Pretty much, we look at any of the items on Senior Red's lineup, that's now doing an extra 30 to 40 damage, and they're already in the lead.
They don't need it, but they have it.
I mean, you don't need it, but why not?
Exactly.
You lose nothing by taking it.
And they are ahead now by 9,000 gold.
I don't do maths live purely because I failed it every single time I've done it. About 9,000 gold, yeah, 24, 33, about 9,000 gold on that one.
Yeah, 9,000 gold difference. Look at the CS on Mr. Tails.
26.
26
This guy
CS.
is having a really rough day so far.
It's really bad.
Typical Echo walks into a 2 versus 1 here, but I don't know if he's going to get out of this one alive. The Shroud to buy a little bit of time, but they see him, and when they can see you, you're running nowhere.
What unfortunate circumstances for Typical Echo. He is pushing his luck quite a bit. He's ahead, definitely, but he needs to push this lead.
Exactly. He hasn't built defensive. He's built a Gunblade, and he's now just building the Zonya's Hourglass as a defensive item. So he's realizing, okay, I'm dying a lot. Maybe I should play a little bit smarter instead of, ham-fisting it continually for the last 10 minutes of the game.
Nah, definitely. And we have 4 members up in the top lane, clearing these waves. Sheepy taking a little bit of damage.
They're holding the turret for now, but the question is how long can they hold this turret for? Because eventually Senior Red, they're going to start looking at major objectives such as Baron and the third dragon, and then how does Senior Blue hold on to this? Do they need to pull a Hail Mary team fight? Like, what is their comeback?
Senior Red haven't shown the ability to close yet. They are not pushing the side waves. They've got Akali in the mid lane. They're pushing this turret. They know that they can't take a fight. Lucian's on the flank. Please be nice, taking quite a bit of damage. Tidal Wave disengage. They're calling. Beautiful Black Shield, Redemption coming in. Gets a double kill. Please be nice. He's flashed for that one. Taking a few turret shots. They're going under Fountain. They're not going to be able to pick up anything.
Senior Red are in the heart of Senior Blue's base, 21 minutes into the game, and they can take whatever they want. They're going to be taking turrets, taking nexus, taking names, and in theory, taking the game.
Yeah, if they can close, which they haven't shown yet. Look for the turrets, the objectives. Baron is wide open, but first, they're knocking on this base.
Exactly, they're going to be cracking open the inhibitor line turrets. That is absolutely critical because if you take out the inhibitor turrets, you can destroy the inhibitors. The minions will push the lane for you. It's no longer a 50-50 on whether the lane works in your favor. You get a free lane, and as the first inhibitor falls, Senior Blue need to come up with some sort of plan because they are bleeding right now.
No, they are definitely losing a lot of health and blood because Breno. It's a lot of Breno, but that Black Shield on Lucian was amazing. Did not interrupt his culling because any form of CC does interrupt his culling, but it did help him secure the kill, did help him chase him down, and now they're going to back, reset, get some gold, maybe go for Baron.
Indeed, Aussie trying to force the fight here. 2 members, Brennan using that Soul Shackles to buy a little bit of time. So, I mean, they shouldn't be. Senior Red should already be recalled, picking up items, and then looking at Baron as the next objective. So, I mean, their macro call isn't the best. But again, you are over 10,000 gold in the lead at 22 minutes. Your macro doesn't have to be on point to be able to still win this.
No, exactly. When you're in the lead this far, Sheepy 50 cal, a good taunt going in. Nami taking quite a bit of damage. Spirit Refuge stops a lot of it. Typical Echo picking one. Sheepy 50 cal picking up another one. Grand Challenge is on Vert Dragon. Good taunt, but not good enough. Brings him right back into the healing zone and shut down gold. Going over to basic Q Hunter.
And this is once again Senior Red pushing their luck. They had 2 members in that fight and they decided, you know what, we'll go right into 3 guys, we'll be fine. Like, yes, you are definitely ahead, but you shouldn't be just ham-fisting plays like this. Get it, group up as a team, group up as 5, and then break the rest of the base. Don't just keep looking for fights. Fights, as fun as they are to watch, don't win you the game.
No, definitely not. Objectives do. Taking turrets, but look at this Jin. He's not doing very terribly. Basic Q Hunter, 123.
I mean, you say that, he's immediately forced the flash out of there.
Okay, but when he has backup, he definitely has the damage. He doesn't have any defenses, but he's got a Storm Razor. He has the Rune Ants. Oh, sorry, no, he's got the Rapid Fire.
There you go.
He's got the Rapid Fire with the increased range, and he's also got Tenacity Boots, and that is a lot of damage coming out from a Jin.
Oh, definitely, Jin is able to do the damage. The issue is he going to get it on the targets? Because he only has 4 shots before he has to reload every single time. As the culling comes down to Brad is forced to flash his way out of that. Dark Binding does connect, and the Shen has arrived for a full-on party here.
And he's trying, but they're going to back away from this one. Dark Binding misses as well. Jin dishing out quite a bit of damage, but not enough. However, Breno's taking quite a bit of damage from the turret. He's forced to back. Actually, he goes down. Too many turret shots. Sheepy Kel picks up 1 onto Small Yates. And Vert Dragon taking quite a bit of damage. Mr. Tails can't do anything. Curtain Call is going to miss quite a few targets. Not going to be able to pick up anything unless that 4-shot doesn't. Typical Echo picking up another one on Mr. Tails. That's sort of expected. We've seen this for the entire game.
Brad is abandoning his base. Brad has gotten to the point where I don't care about my base. I'm getting a kill on this Shen. So they've run. There's literally the Shyvana, if you can look at the minimap, is no longer in the base. He's like running off on his own.
Yeah, and they need to take objectives. Now either they stall or they lose the game. This is all they have.
There we go. Shyvana gets at least 1 kill. Please not be nice. Has to kite this out, but it's not going to be enough. Please not be nice. Avenges his top laner, and that is the second inhibitor falling in favor of Senior Red.
And that is another open inhibitor taken down. The top side needs to be taken now.
Definitely, and something I want to call attention to, Vert Dragon. We mentioned the AP Shen that is very unstandard. He's picked up a Rylai's. Now, maybe it's just me. I don't think this item works for Shen at all. This is simply to be, hey, I don't need items to beat you.
No, he's only picked it up not for the passive. He's only picked it up for the stats, health, and AP.
At that point, death cap.
True.
Exactly.
But with health and AP, he's going slightly tanky. He has the Nash's Tooth, though, so that's a bit different. The Dark Seal doesn't have any stacks on it. He needs to get some assists or kills. But with the health and AP, he's got health, which is good. AP, which increases his ultimate
as
shield.
well as the percentage health damage on his Q. So it definitely works.
Oh my goodness.
Third Infernal Dragon for the team that is over 10k ahead. This is the nail in the coffin for Senior Blue. Senior Red are in a absolutely overwhelming position.
And Senior Red are taking this game away. All they need to do is close it. They need to close this game. End it. Hit the Nexus turrets and hit the Nexus. Exactly. But no, they're not grouping up and they're not doing so.
It looks like they're playing very all over the place. What I would love them to do right now is go to the top side, take the top last turret. It looks like Shadow Assault coming in, and the Shen Tails. I mean, ouch. He did his best, but he gets taken out for it.
Deleted. Meanwhile, Ozzy goes in on the back line. He's not going to be able to. Gets deleted. Redemption coming in. He's going to heal right back up. And this may be the end. He's dishing a lot of damage. They get deleted. Jin's the only one left alive. Basic Q Hunter is not going to be able to stop this 5-man onslaught. In comes Stan United. He's going to do it.
Senior Red will take the first game of the day, demolishing Senior Blue.
That's going to be a 35-13 game. 3 Infernal Drakes, no turrets taken from the side of Senior Blue. And that is going to be a beautiful game going over to Senior Red.
I mean, that was brutal, man. That was brutal from minute 1. The solo kill on the mid lane onto Tails just went... That set up the game for everything else. The solo kill on the mid laner, and then everything just sort of went downhill for Blue. Now, Blue did have moments of goodness. I looked specifically at Ozzy in the top lane. He had multiple times. He had that 2v1 outplay under his own turret, and the other fights as well. But the issue with that is that the rest of his team was too far behind. The Dark Bindings coming out of the Morgana hit every single target.
Yeah, it was a beautiful play coming out from Breno. I'm going to say, he may have been MVP.
I mean, I look at MVP for Breno as well. I mean, yeah, sure, mid laner did amazingly, but that was more on playing off the fact that Mr. Tails looked very uncomfortable on this Talon with Smite. And Brendo was hitting his Dark Bindings, his team was following up, so I'm really, really happy that is what we ended up witnessing today. So Blue, I mean, they have another chance. They are the next ones on stage going up against Korra's team. Now, we'll have to see how that goes, but I believe we'll have to see how that takes itself. But we will be back in only a few minutes when we get Korra going up against Senior Blue.
Welcome back to
straight away. Let's go.
the Northeastern Esports Tournament. I'm joined again by my fellow caster, Ewan Etos Reed.
There we go.
Or
Now
Iatos, however he prefers to call it.
You know how I prefer to be called, baby.
Okay, that's not right. Okay, so we have a game between Kuroa and Wodonga.
Senior Blue is going to be remaining up on the stream after a very brutal loss of the first game of the day. Let's be real with ourselves. But
yeah, it wasn't great.
I mean,
but
it was rough, but hopefully they bounce back in game number 2. They are going up against Kuroa, so we'll have to see how that goes. I'm probably mispronouncing that name, knowing me, but we will be loading ourselves into the Champion Select hopefully very soon.
And and now we're going to head right into it, but Wodonga's Senior 2. Interesting how they're going to play this one out.
Exactly. What is big to note is actually they've swapped. Small Yeet and Mr. Tails have swapped. Mr. Tails played mid lane in the last game and just got, well, destroyed. Let's be real with ourselves.
Yeah, but Small Yeet is traditionally a jungler. So we will have to see what he's going to pick. But Draven is going to be taken away again.
And Draven does appear on the list. We did a little bit of scouting on these players. Draven was up there. So unsurprising to see Draven taken away because let's see, when Draven pops off, everybody knows about it.
Yeah, exactly. And especially with the Conqueror rune giving you a bit of extra damage buff, Draven is very dangerous, especially in extended trades. So we'll have to see what they're going to ban in response to that.
And they choose to ban the Garen against Aussie, which I'm a little surprised by because Aussie in the last game played Fiora, played it to a very good degree. So why wouldn't you get rid of something you know he plays over just leaving the Garen up and available?
Well, Garen is very good at neutralizing a lane or getting ahead. And especially with a new meta that's popped up, 3 rejuvenation beads and 1 health pot. The sustain in lane is amazing. Plus the amount, the late game scaling that he has with these 3 rejuvenation beads as well.
Definitely, but double jungle bans coming out of both teams here. The Warwick taken away from the side of Echo Max, and Korra will be denying the Kha'Zix away from Brad there. And last but not least, on the side of Senior Blue, they take away the Zed.
Oh my goodness. Now the Zed in the mid lane is amazing, technically speaking. Depending on who's going to play it. Definitely not Faker, but I love being a Faker.
Small Yeet's probably the closest that Senior Blue have to Faker right now.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go, the crowd knows what's up.
And Kha'Zix has been taken away as well. Now, we haven't seen much Kha'Zix. We haven't seen any Kha'Zix. And Katarina taken away as well from Small Yeet.
This is mostly just saying these are the champions that we don't want to deal with. If Zed, if Katarina or the Kha'Zix pop off, they are so difficult to deal with. So it's simply a matter of, we don't know if you play it, but we're going to get rid of it anyway. And Aussie locks in his Fiora once again.
Oh, but he has a really good counter into that one. A Darius.
There we go.
The amazing tank.
Welcome to Season 5 Worlds, where it was Fiora, Darius, and Riven as the only 3 top laners, effectively.
Well, they were meta.
It was disgusting.
And they're still technically meta. Darius more than Fiora, but nonetheless, they're going to lock in Udyr as well. That's going to be interesting to see how they're going to play that one out.
Echo Max has played a lot of Udyr in his personal time. He's got about, I think, something like between 30 to 50 games of Udyr in competitive. So this guy knows how to rock out the man-bear pig. And on the other side... Yeah,
He's going to bring out the God Deer.
He better be wearing the right skin for it. But on the other side, Brad locks in his Shyvana once again after a rough first game. And Small Yeet has picked up the brand probably for himself.
Oh, true, but they have locked in the Orianna, the good supportish mid laner. It depends on what he's gonna pick. Is he gonna go over support with area, or is he gonna go electrocute with more poke damage?
I mean, I don't think electrocute is the best one because electrocute did get a bit of a nerf recently. So I think area for the harassment, especially against a brand, you don't want to commit fully to a brand. So we'll have to see how he opts to take that lane matchup. On the second ban phase, 280 carries have been hit, the Misfortune, as well as the Twitch, so slimming down what 80 carries are available, but Lucian Brom is still there, and that is such a scary matchup. Yeah,
especially in the meta that we play now. A lot of control, a lot of neutralization, as well as the amount of damage that can be output by these two champions. Sona has been taken away. sustainer.
I'm a bit surprised by the Sona pick. There are a lot of other supports that do just as good a job as Sona does. I look at the likes of Soraka and even the Nami, which we've seen earlier today. So,
oh, the Frost Queen Ashe. She's gonna be an interesting pick. I'm not gonna do it. You do it.
I'm disappointed
you do
in you. So Ashe has been locked in, but that brings a lot of crowd control and like not a huge amount of damage in traditional terms, but because she has, of course, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, a long-term lockdown ability, it basically means if she hits anyone with that, they're basically not moving for a while. But on the other side, okay, this is very... so this is a 7 mid, right? That has to be 7 mid, or even... Oh no, Lucian mid against the Orianna. It has to be Lucian mid, right?
Still very interesting to see how they're going to play this one out.
And it's a Lux picked in for Razorblade on that support role, so... I mean, support Lux works.
Yeah, Lux support definitely does work, especially with the amount of control, as well as the amount of spells and damage that can be put out by Razorblade. And it's interesting to see how they're going to play this one out, especially with the amount of poke that bot lane has. Ashe, Lux.
I mean, it's a lot of harassment, but if Lucian can get on top of them, and with what looks like a Sivir support with Smite, once again, no heal, no flash being taken... They get hit by an ability, they're also dead. So it depends. This bot lane is going to be quite explosive either way.
And we'll see how they have to play this one out. But 20 seconds left in the big ban phase. They're going to see how they're going to play this one out. Fiora top, they don't have much in the means of tank for Senior Blue. They've got a Fiora, they have a Shyvana, but Fiora didn't build tank, and Shyvana just didn't get to that stage yet.
Now, Shyvana got, I think, 1.5 items last game. So she was really, really behind. And Aussie, I mean, his Fiora is good. We saw it last game. He survived a 2 versus 1 dive in about the 12-minute mark, so he's not bad at the champion. The issue is, though, I mean, Sabri's Darius is just going to be a real pain in the ass to deal with, because Darius is effectively, you fight me for too long, I one-shot you regardless of how much health you've got. Like, it is such a pain to deal with.
And Kuroa have a good team comp coming out. They have a lot of pick potential, but it's also a good team fight, and I love that skin, Pizza Delivery.
Pizza Delivery. I mean, I'm looking at the fact that he's not running the God Tier skin.
That's fine. No, he's not. It's not Udyr. It's definitely not Udyr. That is
well,
not
apparently
Udyr.
we haven't got Udyr in this game because you need to shut up with that show. As we are loaded into the second game of the day, Senior Blue looking to avenge themselves after a brutal loss in the first game of the day. And Kuroa wanting to make a statement. In the first game of the day, we didn't get to see. They did lose to Xavier, so this is their chance to get a win on the board.
And Sivir going top.
I mean, this is unconventional,
and
but
no
it can
items.
Definitely work.
Oh, we are seeing the brand with Spell Thieves.
They're the wrong way around.
Yep.
Our overlays, unfortunately, are the wrong way around, guys. The Senior Blue is on the blue side of the map, and Kuroa is on the right-hand side. So we'll have that fixed up for you very soon, hopefully. But Mr. Tails once again says he doesn't need a support item to play his support.
Yeah, but Ashe doesn't need any health pots either.
Oh, God.
And we've got a rejuvenation bead on Udyr.
I mean, I can't pronounce that word.
Rejuvenation.
The item makes sense. I'm going to skip around that word because I'm never going to be able to pronounce that. It makes sense because with the turtle stance, which basically means he gains health whenever he fights the jungle camps, he shouldn't be getting low enough to the point where he needs the health pots to benefit. And Mr. Tails has flashed. I hate to call you out on this, buddy Tails, but you have used a critical summoner spell with no reason.
No, that's definitely fine. He's also got the Arcane Comet, which is good for poke. But I'm not exactly sure how they're going to be able to play this one out, especially with Arcane Comet on Sivir, who is an AD damage threat.
I mean, it works. That kind of works with the harassment of the Boomerang Blade. She throws that out, it hits you, it throws it back. It has a bit of a slow attack to it as well, so it ensures that the Comet will land. But it's probably, well, A, I wouldn't say it's the most ideal champion to pick there, and B, definitely not the most ideal summoner spell, Keystone, sorry, to pick in that one as well.
Well, at least he does have the exhaust. So if they do decide to go in onto Basic Q Hunter, or even Mr. Tails, they are almost guaranteed to back away without a lot of damage dishing out onto them.
Definitely. So we'll have to see how this bottom lane goes, as we are looking now. The Pizza Delivery Sivir stepping very far forwards, and Mr. Tails falls to first blood. Kuroa gets the first man on the board.
A lot of damage coming out from Small Yeet though, but a good trade as well in the mid lane. Coming out as well from the Orianna. And up in the top lane, we do see a push in and a good dodge coming out from Aussie, but it's not a good start again coming out from Senior Blue.
I mean, Senior Blue's down a little bit. It's only one kill, and last game Mr. Dale's had a few issues where he died over and over and over again. So maybe putting him in the support role is going to a little bit better.
In comes the God tier. He's got Tiger Stance. He's got a lot of damage, but will he be able to dish it out? A flash coming out from Small Yeet to back away from this one. He's just survived it.
Exactly. Really good use of the flash. I think he may have held it a little bit too long. The moment Udia arrived, he should have been getting out of there. But Ozzy and Darius, I mean, we're seeing the issue with Fiora here is she's very precise with the mechanics, and Darius literally just spins around. If he hits you with the basketball ring, you're getting dunked.
Yeah, totally dunked, especially with a Dunk Master one. Exactly. I want to see some dunks coming out. Yeah, exactly. And Fiora's not doing so well. Has a CS lead, hasn't died yet, but just doesn't have the damage to dish out onto Darius.
But give it time. Fiora is going to be building the Ravenous Hydra for healing. She's going to be building the Black Cleaver to shred the resistance that's coming out there. But now Udia coming in, and with no riposte down. Yeah, there we go. Instant flash coming out. He goes back in. Wait, what? What is he doing? He goes back in against the Udia. One more hit will do it, but he opts to let the Fiora live for a very, very greedy move.
You have another day to live, he says. But Udia is taking quite a bit of damage. Bear stands as he walks away from this one, barely escaping that one. Good play from Brad to counter gank it.
This is the most active we've seen Brad. I mean, last game, he wasn't seen in the lane for ages, and the one lane he did eventually rock up to, there was no follow-up, there's no crowd control to help him with his gank. So, no, I like seeing Brad being a bit more aggressive, but the issue is he picks something like a Shyvana. You need to have early, powerful lanes so you can get to the point where you're actually online. Because right now, Brad, he can do a bit, but it's not nearly going to be as effective as one more hit.
Oh, Mr. Tails just getting escape from that one. Basic U Hunter trying to keep him alive, but he is definitely not using the heal to keep him alive.
Exactly. I mean, at that point, you sort of save the heal for yourself. The Lux really wants to try and get this, but misses the Singularity, so won't be able to pick up the kill on Tails, who, I mean, Tails needs to recall here. If he stays in this lane, he's going to get hit by a volley, he's going to get hit by a Singularity, and he's going to die. Oh, never mind.
Oh, a minion kills Razorblade.
And he flashed on spot. He's like, that's the moment you don't realize that minions do damage. Like, minions, I think, level 1, 2, 3 do more damage. Mr. Alex,
down goes Mr. Tails
as well.
Taking quite a bit of damage. Basic Q trying to return it, but a heal coming out from the Ashe, as well as a flash, actually.
Exactly. You know, on the top side, this Fiora has the health advantage, the riposte. Perhaps not used the best way, but the lunge, the flash coming out from the top side, and with no flash on Ozzy because he was forced to burn it earlier, there's no way to ensure that kill.
In comes the God tier, Echo Max. He's trying, but he's not going to be able to do anything with a bear stance. Just a bit too late. And Basic U Hunter.
I mean, when you get away from a gank like that, why wouldn't you spam the emotes?
But he's been doing really well. Echo Max has been doing really well to get some summoner spells. A bit of a trade happening in the jungle. Brad is trying to dish out a bit of damage, but
I mean, Echo Max has no mana, so if Brad really wants to force this fight, I think he actually wins. With no mana, Udia can't shift between his multiple stances, and he can't really do a whole lot as he is potentially going to die to a Gromp. Like, he uses Tiger Stance.
Oh, he'll be able
to. There we go, okay.
Good smite
coming out. If he died to that Gromp, that would have been embarrassing.
But as I was saying before, Echo Max has done really well with his ganks. He's been able to get 2 flashes, 2 summoner spells, but they're looking for an early Infernal. Senior Blue are doing really well around objectives this time around.
Exactly, unlike last game where they got 3 Infernal in Dragons stacked up against them, this time they appear to be doing a lot better in lane. Of course, part of that is Mr. Tails being this move to a different role. It makes a lot of sense. Small Yeet is doing a lot better than Tails did in that mid lane. I mean, Tails didn't die a few times.
He's actually dishing out quite a bit of damage as well.
Yeah, he's putting threat onto the Razorblade there.
He's forced to back out. He's got a Dorn's Blade and 5 health pots.
I mean,
and he's going under turret.
Running down mid.
Lethal, well, running down bot, but lethal tempo on Ashe. I just realized that.
It works quite well. It helps stack up with the Archer passive with your Q, so you can do a lot of shots like we're seeing there, but meanwhile in the mid lane, Shockwave was used super early on. Brad, a little bit of indecision coming out there, Pyroclasm coming out as well, but it looks like the Udyr will not be able to get it as Shyvana hop, skips, and jumps away out of there.
Oh, that was very intense. They were able to escape from that one. No deaths, no kills coming out, but a gold lead going over to Senior Blue. They picked up a dragon. They're down by kills, though.
Indeed, but it's the CS that's giving them the advantage. If you look down the line, Fiora 40 compared to the 12 of Darius. Looking at the mid lane, 42 to Small Yeet over the 21 of the Orianna. And even Basic Hunter is doing a really good job, 32 over 13. So Korra, I mean, we know for a fact that Korra's players are still relatively new to the game. And it is showing it here as kill for Small Yeet.
Arcane Comet. In comes Udyr. He's going to be able to pick up one shutdown gold onto Small Yeet. He goes down.
Wait, what?
A teleport.
No, you need to keep running.
No.
Keep running.
Oh.
Teleport, it takes 4 seconds to channel, and he's about a 1 second run away from his turret. Just keep running.
I think he usually has flash on F instead of on D. Look at that. That was unfortunate.
That's a feels bad moment right there. It's just like, oh. It's like, because he also didn't stop the teleport. He maybe realized, oh, I've made an error, and then just sort of embraced his fate.
Like, oh no, I'm gonna die. Oh well. But a flash coming out from Udyr. Echo Max is going to the max. See if he can be able to pick up a kill onto Ozzy. Not going to be able to. He riposted, but that was not great. Tiger Stance is going to be able to secure the kill onto M1. Basic Q Hunter picking up another one onto Razorblade. The culling, landing every single shot. However, Brad is up in the top lane, looking for something. But yes, he is definitely outnumbered as Darius is here to join the fight. He's going to have to back away from this one. Not very noxious-like, but
in the
a lot
middle
of damage
lane.
onto him.
Shockwave doesn't connect, and actually one more hit, he's walking forwards. And that's going to be Small Yeet eventually landing the abilities and picking up his 3rd kill of the game. There we go. All up for Small Yeet in there.
Yeah, Small Yeet carrying the game right now. 3 for 1. He's ahead in CS. He's ahead in kills. His Spell Thieves was questionable, but he's doing really well with it.
I mean, I like the Spell Thieves. Actually, we'll talk about
that. As I was saying.
Yeet is in quite a bit of trouble. One more hit will do it. There we go. Easy kill. The Udyr is online.
Rip a dip. He's got 3 kills under his belt now. Very similar. Down goes Mr. Tails. In comes the gank. Shyvana doing well. Not well enough, but they're going to be able to pick him another kill. Brad up in his top lane.
Brad picking up his first kill of the game, and really good job. He's finally hit level 6. He's able to have access to that Dragon's Descent. Literally turns into a dragon, descends on the top lane, and takes out Cyber. I can't think of the name from this angle.
And Echo Max is coming into the enemy jungle, looking for something, misses a blast cone, going for the Tiger Stance, lands it onto Brad, dishing out quite a bit of damage. In comes Fiora, flash coming out. Echo Max, you do not have the speed, nor do you have the damage to take on 2 members of Senior Blue.
That's shut down in favor of Ozzy. We mentioned earlier how his Fiora is pretty damn good, and this is a case where Echo Max is not really being.
That doesn't.
Here's a fun TLDR. Did you know, Razorblade? That
he's dishing quite a bit of damage. In comes Brad. There's 3 members. That is so unfair.
It's like 1v1 me, except I'm bringing 2 of my mates to the fight. Like that's not how you fight someone. Come on.
At least he placed the ward, right? He placed the ward in the mid lane.
Yeah, at least he got the ward down. It's ward for life. But I want to talk about the bottom lane right now. 3 Doran's Blades coming in from Mr. Tails. He wants to get every starting item.
It's a lot of damage coming out from Mr. Tails on starting items, just not for normal items when you're 10 minutes into the game.
Exactly.
Oh my
Razorblade
God.
goes too far forwards, gets deleted. And meanwhile, the mid lane Echo Max is trying to hold the turret, but it's a little too late as the turret falls. Ozzy looks like he wants to commit to it and dives under the turret for his 3rd of the game.
One more turret shot. Oh, he survives it. However, Basic Q dishing out quite a bit of damage in this ball lane. Dishing out a lot. Ash has a lot of damage, but not as much as Basic Q. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Ozzy looking dangerous. He's taking quite a bit of damage. Good riposte, but is it good enough to trade here? He's not taking any damage. He does so. 1-for-1 outplay.
I mean, he had access to Noxious Guillotine. He could have simply dunked on the Fiora and simply opted not to do it. So, bit of an oopsies there. He's also sitting at 15 CS. He's like nearly got 1 CS a minute. And
he's only got a Doran's Blade. Doran's Shield, sorry.
Lux?
What are you doing?
Razorblade, what are you doing? You're lost. Go home.
Well, he did go home to his base. His Nexus.
I mean, he didn't run home. He was forced back when he got killed.
Yeah, no, Basic Q Hunter was helping him, getting him to base a lot quicker.
Oh, so that's like when you have a gym buddy, like, don't worry, man, I'll get you there.
Yeah, he's spotting him.
Right,
Do you know what that is, Ewan?
Wait, what?
Spotting.
No,
Never mind.
Says the gymnast.
Gym reference.
Yeah, no, you're the gymnast.
I'm not a gymnast, but
close enough.
Small Yeet is controlling this mid lane. They are really trying, but they're not going to be able to do anything.
Tails, you can't be there. He's up in lane. There is no support. Like, you simply straight up can't be there, unfortunately. With no support, no backup, you need assistance, and you can't be walking around like that.
Rest in pieces. Small Yeet dishing out quite a bit of damage, but there's a lot coming out from the Orianna as well.
Exactly. Orianna with that ball, if she's able to position her...
Oh, no.
Never mind. Small Yeet.
No. Oh, he is gone. Echo Max has got 5 kills under his belt. He's doing really well, putting the team on his back. He needs to play around objectives, though. There's another Ocean Drake going to go over to the side of Senior Blue.
Exactly, and that's the second dragon falling. The third dragon of the game is going to be an infernal dragon as well, which will mean that if Senior Blue picked it up, that's 12% damage amplification. But
Oh my
look at that!
goodness!
He's deleted. You know, on the top side, the Darius is trying to run, but the grand challenge is issued, and Darius cannot run from that.
He needs to buy items. I'm pretty sure he's got quite a bit of gold in his pocket.
David, have a look at the gold values now. Darius, oh, never mind, the Echo Max is shut down, but Darius is sitting on 1,700 gold. That is a phage and majority of a black cleaver, and he's simply opting not to take it as Basic Hunter avenges himself. Last game was really struggling, and now is saying, okay, I can do this 7-0-2.
Wow, what a huge lead coming out from Senior Blue. 19-8, more than double their score. Look at the gold difference. Whoa, good shield coming out.
Mr. Tails,
But
Shadow
that's a
Force the
lot of
fighting, but
damage.
it's not going to be enough.
I don't think that flash was necessary.
I mean, it wasn't necessary, but it's the style on him. He's saying, hey, you want to fight me? I'm going to flash. I don't need this ability to kill you. I'm simply going to use it. The dunk coming out is a little too late, and
Buy some items.
Darius...
Buy them.
Bro, Darius, if you can hear us, you need to buy items. Hello? Buy items.
He's not going to be able to hear you.
Can the audience to remind him to buy items? Like, can we get like a chant for that?
Yeah, definitely not.
Items, items, items.
Maybe his teammates should point it out for him.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
In Echo Max realizes maybe I can't fight this, but the culling comes out. The Fiora is taken out, and Echo Max lives with the skin of his teeth.
Oh, does he though? That Arcane Comet almost hit him, but they're not going to be able to pick up anything onto that one. Lethal Tempo procking onto Ash. Not going to be able to dish out any damage. Has 2 recurve bows.
I mean, you gotta shoot fast, man. He's the Sonic of League of Legends. But instead of running fast, you need to shoot fast.
Did you just say Sonic of League of Legends?
Isn't that the reference?
No, that's Predator Quinn or Rammus.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And or Rammus.
The Enchanted Crystal Arrow goes wide. That is disastrous for the side of core, where they need that ability to lock anyone down.
Oh, and they are diving under turret. Grand challenge has been issued, and he is completely dominating. Shockwave
He's trying to get the Shockwave out. Hunter is going to be able to take him out. One more hit will do it. Dashes forwards, picks up the kill. 24-9 at 15 minutes.
And will they be able to close this a lot better than the Senior Red did? They're taking objectives a lot quicker, and they are focusing on objectives.
You have no items, Darius. What are you doing?
He's running away from this one, but he's not going to be able to escape it. However, they do pick up a kill on the basic Q Hunter. He's never able to complete that ultimate. I just want one where this Lux can just clap that ultimate together.
Exactly, but it's not looking good, and it looks like they will be losing at least one of the Nexus turrets, falling under threat. Mr. Tails realizes, wait, I'm tanking this. What am I doing?
Oh,
he stands
he's tanking
still,
some more.
And he gets taken out the
down he
6th
goes.
time this game.
Well, at least it's not as bad as his other game.
I mean, yeah, true, but that's because he died like 5 times before the game started. Never mind.
Ouch.
Talking about dying, the Fiora's one shot, the Ash isn't long for this world. And Darius, get over here! Come on, Darius, join the rest of your team in death.
Mirror, come here.
That's basically what they're yelling. I mean, look at them. They're walking. Korra are walking forwards. Like, come on, go under the turret. You
They're
can fight us
just
here.
playing with their food now. This is...
It's kind of rude, but it's also great to watch, especially after Senior Blue was, as I said earlier, destroyed in game number 1. It's going to feel good for them to actually have a game where they're really far ahead.
Yeah, and it brings up their... what's the word I'm looking for? Brings up their morale.
Morale and even mental fortitude. When you get destroyed,
I think
it's got to
Oriana's
feel bad.
AFK, DC, it's... I give up.
Oriana's been broken, guys.
What's
Come on,
it doing?
Ori, you can do it. I have faith in you.
It's not moving.
He was waiting for gold. He wanted to pick up a Sork then.
Oh, okay, true. Sorcerer's Shoes. He's going to be able to dish out a little bit more damage than he did before. Picked up 5 health pots as well. 4, 5.
Talking about items though, Mr. Tails is up
in he
there.
goes.
Never mind.
In he goes.
Out.
Does he have the damage?
He's standing still. You need to cut backwards. There we go. Finally, Culling's backwards.
Beauty.
Takes him out.
Basic Q Hunter doing his... He clapped it!
Yes. He hit minions, but I think Tails also didn't take any damage.
Oh!
That's Tails.
Mr. Tails picks up a solo kill.
It's his first kill of the series as well. He didn't get a single kill last game. He picks it up this time. That's going to be feeling good for him.
He's doing really well now. Picked up a BF sword and a pickaxe.
I mean, he's building towards the Infinity Edge. The Ash Arrow
does
but
land.
how much follow-up is there? It doesn't look like a whole lot as the
Run.
Shockwave doesn't connect. The Dragon descends,
Oh,
throwing
really
himself
well
forwards.
done.
Darius is no health, no armor, no nothing. As he's thinking, Oriana is in a little bit above a double kill coming in for the Dragon. And looks like they can chase their way out of here. And this could potentially be the game. Senior Blue could crack open the base with this.
Yeah, Brad has the Mercurial Treads. A lot of damage. He gets deleted. Double kill going over to Ozzy. He's looking for a third. Grand Challenge has been issued. The ace going over to Basic U Hunter. And they have destroyed 1 Nexus turret, 2 Nexus turret. And they are going for the Nexus. Who gets the 50 gold? Looks like Shyvana gets the 50 gold.
But that is a really good game from Senior Blue, who, after being destroyed in the first game of the day, managed to come back and take a very convincing game over, well, let's be realistic with ourselves, a very shaky-looking Korra. We knew for a fact that some of the players in the Korra lineup are still relatively new to the game. So, I mean, more than anything, credit for trying, because they're still new to the game, and here they are playing in a large-scale tournament.
Yeah, definitely, and we're going to see how they're going to play it out. The next game is going to be also Senior Blue, the ones that won today. They're going to play against Xavier for the next game after their short break, but it's definitely interesting to see how they're going to play this one out against Xavier, who won against Korra.
Exactly. Xavier took...
And welcome back. Yeah, great audio feedback. And welcome back to the Northeastern Esports Tournament. I am, again, for the third time, as per usual, joined by my fellow caster, Ewan Iatos Reed.
Of course, on my side, Benji Tico Lee has been here since the Monday tournament of the Rocket League. So we're concluding the third day of this tournament with some League of Legends, and we're going to have the third game of the, I guess you could say, the group stage, where we see who's going to be making their way into the finals. Now, of course, we do have Wodonga's own Senior Blue up for the third game today, but they're going against a whole new beast of Xavier, who we haven't seen at all today, but from what we've heard, is pretty damn fearsome.
Yeah, Xavier have beaten Korra, but I don't know if they beat Senior Red.
They didn't tell us.
All right, well, we'll find that out. But Xavier have beaten Korra in the back behind the stage.
Indeed, during the second game.
During the second game, while we were casting the Senior Blue versus Korra.
No, Senior Blue versus Senior Red, the very first game of the day.
Exactly, and so it'll be interesting to see how they play. We've seen Senior Blue twice. We'll see them again, and
we'll see if they can make an improvement, because of course throughout the last 2 games, Tails has had a few issues. He's been swapped from mid to support, and let's just say his champion picks may not have been the most ideal. So we'll see what they pull out for this third game of the day, as we will be loading ourselves into the pick and ban phase very shortly. At any point, preferably. Come on. There we go. We get it away in there.
Beauty. And so we're going to head right back into the Mr. Tails, still in the support role, staying there because...
I mean, it didn't go poorly for them. Like, they won that game, and Mr. Tails didn't do, at least when you compare it to how he did in game number 1, he didn't do nearly as poorly. So
no.
I think it's the correct decision, and maybe you aim at him for more like a mage. Give him the likes of a Lux or a Morgana to keep him alive in that phase. But the Yasuo and the Warwick are the first ones taken away for this game.
And interesting bans as well, because Senior Blue have been banning Warwick for all 3 of their games. This is the 3rd game that they've banned, and this is the 3rd game they've played.
And it tells us that Brad doesn't want to deal with it. In the jungle. So clearly it's a matter of Brad being like, I've really struggled against this champion and I just don't want to deal with it today. So they're getting rid of it. It makes a lot of sense, because at the end of the day, you want to play for comfort and you want to get rid of what makes you uncomfortable.
Interesting ban as well. So we have a Draven taken away by Senior Blue, but a Kindred has been taken away by Xavier against Brad.
So we'll have to see how that ends up going, as Zed taken away again. So effectively, Senior Blue has had very similar bans the entire day through, purely because these are champions that they don't feel comfortable playing against or dealing with. The last one is Kai'Sa, who, I mean, out of all the bans I'm seeing, Kai'Sa is probably the strongest champion that we've seen on the ban list today.
Yeah, definitely. Well, depends. It could be Yasuo.
I mean...
But Kai'Sa's more meta.
Kai'Sa's more meta.
Except there are more bronze players that pick Yasuo.
Okay, this is the 3rd game Ozzy has access to his Fiora. At what point do people realize maybe we shouldn't give this guy his clearly comfort champion?
Well, they haven't really scouted them out. So Ozzy has been comfortable in his Fiora, and they are doing well. However,
Hobby Boy has picked up a Scion. Now, I don't mind the Scion as a matter of principle. The issue with the Scion pick is that Fiora destroys tanks.
Yeah.
And Sion is like one of the best definitions of tanks on that side. So Xavier, maybe not with the best option. We'll have to see how that works out. But Jazza has picked up his own Tillia jungle. I did do some scouting. This guy plays a lot of Tillia jungle.
Yeah, he definitely does, and he is comfortable on it, and he's playing that into the Shyvana, and I now understand why Kindred was banned.
Exactly. So, but Brad and Small Yeet picking up the exact same champions they did in the previous game. So Senior Blue is playing for comfort more than anything else. Brad has access to his Shyvana all 3 games. Ozzy has had access to his Fiora for all 3 games, and this is Small Yeet's second time on the brand. So I'll have to see what they choose to take away, as on the opposite side, they have elected to pick up the Jhin.
But they've banned the Blitzcrank, so that is really good against the Jhin, because Jhin doesn't have much mobility. He does have quite a bit of speed. He can be the speedy boy, but Blitzcrank does counter that. So it's really good that they managed to ban it out before it got picked.
Senior Blue has opted. This is the second time they have now banned the Sona, who is like a regeneration support. The issue is, and I said it earlier, it's not the best regen support coming out. But on the other side, they've banned Garen. We know for a fact that Ozzy is playing the Fiora. The Garen ban, maybe a little bit opportune, as well as the Cho'Gath. Like, again,
well,
we know the top laner.
It's definitely interesting, because Garen has been seen to take mid. It's not the best.
It's not the best, but
they just don't want to deal with a Garen, apparently.
But what does work is the Nami picked in for the support role here. And again, doing a look at a lot of Morgana and Nami coming out of the support role of Xavier. So I do quite like that, as Ezreal makes sense, and Mr. Tails retreating onto his comfort support of the Sivir.
Well, I mean, it worked once, it can work again, right?
I mean, that's the
but
theory.
Ezreal has definitely been taking AD carry. With a Sivir support, that's quite a bit of poke coming out from that bot lane, compared to the Jhin Nami, who's more of a sustained scale into the late game. Ezreal's more mid game, so is Sivir.
What's interesting here is the Ahri lock-in here for the mid laner of Xavier. Now, Ahri, when it comes to going against Brand, not only is there kill potential, but what is great about the Ahri is her roaming potential. She can push her lane in, so that means Small Yeet is forced to CS under turret, and then she can head top lane, she can head to the bottom lane, and influence the other matchups if she so chooses to, which I think is the correct decision here if they want to utilize this Ahri properly.
And yeah, so we're going to see how they're going to play this one out. Benja Boy is actually in the mid lane.
Okay, so I did ask them to get an order. Unfortunately, it appears not to have worked. So we're going to have...
That's fine. We'll just rearrange it in the client. But we will have to see. With 15 seconds left of this pick and ban phase.
I mean, what's interesting is Garbo, which is going to be the support of Xavier, is definitely... Like, he's a newer player to the game. And he's played 2 champions in the last 2 days. Morgana and Nami. So there is a lot of faith in this fact that Garbo's Nami should be pretty damn good, as we get to see as we load ourselves into the 3rd game of the day.
And a good swap from Ignite to Exhaust coming out from Garbo. Really, really smart play coming out from that, because they have a lot of pick potential, a lot of chase coming out from the side of Senior Blue with Fiora, Shyvana, and the Ezreal, as well as Sivir. And Neopack Sivir, I didn't even realize that would have been unlocked.
Neopack Sivir is unlocked. Okay. A lot of the rare skins are unlocked in this mode.
So the question stands, is Rusty Blitzcrank available?
No.
Dang.
The same way that Black Alistair and Human Kale will not be available in this mode. And we are loaded ourselves into the final game. Senior Blue, can they end today with 2 wins under their belt, or will Xavier force them to have a second loss?
We have to see, but we see all of them moving towards the mid lane, maybe looking for a jungle gank.
Exactly. It looks like Xavier has a plan, though. All 5 members are heading to the bottom side for a bottom-focused invade, and if they can catch someone out of position when they're not ready for it, I mean, it can definitely work.
And there is only Brad standing there to protect that entrance. So we'll have to see how they're going to play this one out. Or it might be similar to a recent game I saw, where Senior Blue just walked into a bush full of Scions.
I mean, it's a mini trap. I think they should invade with this, honestly. They've got the Ahri charm. They'll have themselves quite a bit of crowd control coming into Xavier. So I would quite like an invade here. Because otherwise, at this point, you need to send your Scion topside so we can get to lane in time. So I don't exactly know what Xavier are doing. It looks like they may finally acknowledge that, yeah, nothing's happening, and they'll send the boy top lane.
Yeah, and they're going to back away from this one. Nothing's going to happen of this one, but Mr. Tails just chilling in that lane bush.
I mean, why not?
Why, yes.
What? That's the best. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it definitely. Okay, that's fair enough. But we are seeing the Spell Thief start again, coming out from Small Yeet. It's worked once. It can work well again.
Indeed. So they will be securing themselves with the blue buff for the start of the game. Giving that over to the Talia jungle is really, really good. Talia is still classified as a mage, so she needs the blue buff, which is offering her mana regeneration and cooldown reduction, so her abilities come up quicker, and she's able to clear her jungle camp.
Oh.
Whoa! Very early flash coming out of Benjamin, as well
Flash
as the heal.
Ignite. Oh, heal.
And he's in a little bit of trouble there. That's probably going to be first blood coming out.
And he flashed on top of the brand as well.
He flashed forwards. Flashed into the brand.
Yeah, on top of the brand.
Flashed into it.
Flashed.
And there's another flash from Garbo. And he's probably not long for this world. One more hit will do it. The Mystic's on just connect, but Brad comes in to pick up the kill and says, you did all the work, but I'll secure it. Don't worry.
Kill secure.
Yeah,
That's
kill
what it
secure.
is.
He
That's
didn't
not
steal
what.
it.
That's not
He
a kill
secured
steal.
it.
Yeah, kill secure. But a lot of damage coming out from the Jin.
Jin?
Just dish out some auto attacks and you got it. There you go. Basic Q Hunter picking up another kill. They are now 3-0 in 2.5 minutes.
It feels like the story of this game. We'll come back to that in a little bit, as Aussie is outnumbered a little bit. He manages to dodge the seismic shove and will get out alive, but this seems to be almost the tale for this series, which is that whoever gets ahead early is the team that wins.
And they're just going to push up this turret in this bot lane. They have no pressure anymore. Xavier needs to come back from this, dish out quite a bit of damage. And the Kleptomancy on Basic Q Hunter, they're really using it to be able to get a lead, get an advantage.
Exactly. Yeah. Tails taking quite a bit of damage, tanking up that turret for a little bit longer than I think he realized he was doing. But this bottom lane is definitely in control and set by the pace of Basic Q Hunter, because at the end of the day, with this Ezreal, with this Klepto, he's going to be picking up the tier and he's only going to be getting stronger from there. And he's already quite powerful. As we see Benjaboy in the top side, no items and level 1.
Yeah, he does have no... Yeah, Benjaboy doesn't have any items in the mid lane, and that's one of the reasons why he did not win that trade against Brand, but also because Brand is just massive. That's
exactly,
why.
But it looks like there's a bit of a flank. They don't realize that Sivir is behind them right now. The 4th shot is available.
Use it.
But they're opting not to commit to that one. Of course, heal was available, as well as the exhaust for Tails, so they'd have to burn quite a bit to get that kill.
They are going to back away from this one. A good Q Comet coming out from Mr.
Tails.
A lot of damage comes out. The 4th shot not hitting Ezreal. Instead, decides to opt for some CS. Not really going in his favor.
Oh, one more shot will do it. The flash comes out super early. One more attack will do it. The heal coming out of the Nami is huge there. And Tails now realizes he's probably a little bit too far forwards. And I mean, they're so low, but they can't commit.
Seismic Shop does miss as well. Smolgy able to escape from this one as they back away, as he backs away quite easily. Aussie a bit late on the repulse, but he's going to be able to back away. No, he's going in for the trade.
He's going to be winning this one. I mean,
could definitely
we talked about Fiora destroys tanks. Sion is just that. He's literally a giant tank. He's a meat shield.
And he's going to be able to maybe pick up another one onto
Ari.
There's the auto attack, and he's going to be able to pick up another kill onto Benjaboy. Now, Benjaboy can back and buy some items.
Hopefully he does. I mean, he needs to pick up at the very least a Doran's ring as Fiora goes sky high, but he needs to pick up something. He's 21 CS down. Small E. I mean, he out-CS'd his opponent last game, and he seems to be doing it this one as well.
And he's just getting relatively lucky with his lane opponents not buying any items. But they are going to back away from this one. Potentially looking, but look at the gold difference between these two teams.
Exactly. It's not looking pretty. I mean, the mid laner, but boy, hasn't even got 1,000 gold yet. You look at the opposite number of Brand, who's sitting on 2,000 gold. So that's really not looking pretty for that mid lane, and that's just the mid lane alone.
And yeah, it's 2,000 gold. He's picked up some items. He's upgraded his Spell Thieves and got a Sorcerer's Shoes. Not necessary because there is no magic resist on the side of Xavier. But getting ready for future. The 4th shot, use it. He does not. Will he be able to use it though? No.
He doesn't need to use it though. Like, the 4th shot of the Jin, it does do extra damage the lower you are. And the issue is that Hunter and Tails aren't low, so maybe he thinks it's not worth firing off a shot that doesn't execute when they're not in execute range. But he's copping it really badly here.
He's taking quite a bit of damage, and looking up at the Sion, Aussie's going for it. He's got the Grand Challenge. He's got the heal as well. Great flash coming out as he stops the turret damage, but in comes
the seismic shove connects,
into it.
And that is a dead Aussie. But the fact that Aussie is solo killing his opponent at not 10 minutes into the game is a disaster sign for Xavier, because Aussie is capable of carrying this game on this Fiora single-handedly if he needs to.
Yeah, definitely. And A lot of damage coming out from the Jhin as he auto-attacks, but a heal coming out to save his support. Well, quote-unquote support.
I mean, we say support. He's picked up 2 Doran's Blade, and that is it.
There's still quite a bit of damage.
I mean, yeah, it's quite a bit of damage, but it's not a whole lot of support that needs to be coming out. I mean, yeah, the best form of crowd control is definitely death, but like, maybe some healing it wouldn't be lost, but talking about healing, the Nami trying to keep the Jhin alive. I don't think he'll be able to, though. One more hit will do it, but looks like he gets under his turret and manages to survive another day.
Yeah, Mr. Tails now getting used to the range that the turrets have. He's backed away from this one as well. Still alive with a bit of HP. No mana though, so he might have to back from this one. Or not, just keep auto-attacking stuff.
I mean, we'll have to see how it goes, but well, meanwhile on the top side, the Fiora has picked herself up a 20 CS advantage over Kobe, and meanwhile, a lot of fighting.
As well as a tier map.
Yeah, the tier map picked up as well, which basically means that Aussie will now forever be able to push the wave in and get the CS he needs to pick up his further items. And it almost puts a timer on this Sion, because when the Black Cleaver is picked up for Aussie, what resistances he does have are going to be taken down by, I believe, 25%.
And they have secured the first turret down bot lane. That's going to be some extra gold in their pocket for the entire team. And we now see some items being picked up by Benny Boy.
There we go. Benny Boy finally realized, wait a minute, I made a bit of an oopsies here. Meanwhile, Garbo forced the flash out there super early. Ezreal walking up for this one, but I don't think he can do this. I think they finally realized, wait a second, the Talia is here somewhere.
And they were able to trade this one, but in comes Talia.
Oh,
she's going to try and block it off. A lot of damage. She's going to be able to pick up one onto Mr. Tails. Good arcane shift coming out from basic Q under to be able to get over that wall. But a really good gank.
Sion also using the top side, but what I love there is Tails is just recalling the bush, hoping he didn't get spotted. It's like hiding in the closet in like any horror game, where it's like, please don't look in here, please don't look in here, please don't look at it, and then they just glance at it, you're like, uh-oh.
Oh no, they glance through the crack of the closet door.
Yeah, it's like Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation of how to play League of Legends.
Yeah, definitely. But this is going to be 5 for 2 right now, 13,500 gold compared to the 10,000 gold that Xavier have. It's not too far, it's not too bad. But we do see a gank in towards the mid lane. Talia's there. Small yeet, seismic shove does miss. A flash coming out as he barely escapes from that one.
I mean, the flash and small yeet wasn't required, but I think he said just in case something goes wrong, I'm gonna flash my way out of here. So, I mean, maybe you should either burn the flash super early on or not at all, but at the end of the day, he gets out of the gank, and the flash was burned out of Jazza. Meanwhile,
good flash!
Dodge, but he's super, super low. Hunter needs to be so careful, because if they turn around on him, he could die. Yeah,
he's low on health, and there's a lot of minions stacked up in their bot lane, so they're going to have to back away from this one. Maybe not.
One more hit will do it. Oh, the heal coming out of the Nami.
He's going over towards the push.
If he shoots this at the Ezreal, I think Ezreal just dies.
Oh,
never mind, he gets killed before he can shoot anyway.
We pick that one up. A teleport coming out up in the top side, so that's going to be a teleport down, an essential summoner spell gone for that top side.
I mean, it is, but also Sion needs to be teleporting right now. He's really struggling in the lane. He's down a massive amount of CS, and all he has for himself are Ninja Tabi, which mean that the auto attacks that come out of Aussie aren't as effective. But look on Aussie's side, he's picked up a Vam Scepter, so whenever he hits something, he gains life from it.
Exactly, and it's not going to be a good game for Sion, because he's only got, as you said, he's got the Ninja Tabi, he's got the D shield, the Dorn shield, but he's not going to be able to do anything with it because of how unimpactful it is at this point in the game.
Exactly.
Mr. Tails taking quite a bit of damage. He's going to back away from this one. 10 minutes in, and it's 6-2.
Exactly, 6-2 in favor of Senior Blue. Ironically, this is one of the least fighting games we've had earlier today. I think we've had like borderline 20 kills at this point in each game. So a lot less killing, but a hell of a lot more fighting, as we're dancing back and forth in terms of the camera movement. Mid lane, bot lane, top lane. They're hitting each other, but they're not dying.
There's so much happening. Small Yeet took a bit of a trade coming out from...
Oh, Ezreal goes all the way in onto Garbo. One more hit will do it, but opts not to take it. Although the curtain call has opened up, and is he able to get the final shots? He hits onto Tails, but it's not enough to pick up the kill. Oh! It out! Basic Q Hunter.
Beautiful snipes.
He knew where Garbo was, like, I can smell you. You're all the way over there. Fires the shot, and it connects.
And he does get another kill onto the Jhin as well. A good trade, 2 for 2, but will he be able to? Jazza does not pick up one into the Ezreal, but is still chasing down Mr. Tails goes down to Jazza, and he goes on a killing spree.
Exactly. Meanwhile, on the top side, Brad tries to make something work on the top side, and looks like Sion has overstayed his welcome. And while he does get to revive temporarily and run like a madman, I mean, that's all he can really get going.
Yeah. Ozzy's saying, you might have lifesteal when you're dead, but I have more. Vampire accepted, dishing out quite a bit of damage with that team at a lot of lifesteal, and they're going to be able to potentially take this turret.
Brad dies to this turret. He's going to die to this flash! Flash isn't going to save you. Wait, it does? What?
Oh, it does! The turret
died. The turret dies before the turret shot hits you. It's nullified. That's the only reason Brad survives.
No, that turret...
Is it?
That turret shot connected.
How did he survive?
He survived on a sliver of health.
Brad is a god. That's pretty much what we know at this point.
Yeah, we can say that.
Yeah, I think we can get away with that.
He's 2-0. He's definitely a god.
Exactly. He hasn't died yet.
He's...
I love the perfect timing. Right as he flashes, the camera's like, hey, what's going on here?
Yeah, what's going on here? It says potential flash here and does pick it up. But, yeah, that's going to be an interesting one if they don't.
Venture Boy's struggling in this game. He's on 60. This seems to be the story of every game we've watched. Mid laners seem to be struggling. One mid laner dominates. We've got, in this case, Small Yeet is doing well in comparison to Venture Boy.
Yeah.
And it seems to be the story of every game we've witnessed today. It's basically who is better in the mid lane, and they can snowball their lead from there.
Yeah, can I get a Small Yeet? No?
There we go. There's the chat going live. But it looks like we're getting a bit of an Aussie fight going on right now. 2 versus 1. He picks himself up 1. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, the Nami will fall. She picks herself up a double kill. On the top side, I can't exactly tell what's going on. There we go. We can finally get a look at the top side. The Fiora is so low. One way to the flash out. Ends to pick up the kill somehow. 3 and 1. Now, can you outrun the undead Juggernaut? It looks like he chooses to take the fight anyway.
Yeah, it's a bit of BM as well. But we do see Jazza does pick up another blue buff instead of opting to help his lanes. Meanwhile, the mid lane for Senior Blue is pushing in towards the second tier turret.
Exactly. If they're able to get this turret out, that's going to open up the map entirely. Then they can go anywhere they want. And at this point, they can basically take anything they want. So, other than see, as it looks like Jazz is trying to fight them off a little bit, but a lot of chunk damage onto Small Yeet.
Tidal Wave does hit the Raptors.
I mean, they tried. Teleport coming in, a Fiora who has no mana. The Grand Challenge is issued and destroys the Nami. Meanwhile, the Jin is trying to do his best, but he's not moving anywhere. He's standing in place. Fiora free hitting away.
Oh, that was close.
Fiora, I mean, she could have committed for that. With no mana, she can't actually continue spamming her abilities.
No, that's unfortunate. He's going to back away, and without teleport, won't be able to teleport back in again, but that's fine. She's so far ahead right now. 93 CS, 5 kills, 1 assist.
Exactly. I mean, if we look at the gold value that she is ahead on her opposite number as well. There we go. Have a look at the gold value. She's 2,000 gold, or 2,500 gold over her opposite number.
And that is a huge lead. Picked up the Ravenous Hydra. Has a control ward under his belt. Meanwhile, Brad's picked up 3 longswords. Mr. Tails one-upping that one with 4 Doran's Blades.
Exactly. I mean, he's done this each time, but it looks like Tails, unfortunately, the 4 Doran Blades will not save you. You're not a top lane ringer.
No, but I mean, he's got 4 assists, so he's still dishing out a bit of damage.
He's getting a Doran Blade for every single assist he's getting. Meanwhile, Benja Boy, I mean, that was just an easy pickup.
Benja Boy, he's picked up some items. The Sork Shoes has the Doran's Ring. 3 health pots, 5.
And double call.
I missed that.
He's got a double call. Alright, so I'll basically explain the coal. Basically, the coal is an item where after you get 100 CS, you get a bonus amount of gold. It works once. So getting 2 coals doesn't give you the double amount of gold.
But it gives you the damage and the extra 5 life on hit.
True, but at that point, buy a longsword.
Exactly.
Like, because he's Dragon Descent going in, they really want to try and force the Senior Blue. I mean, they're moving their way forward. The Scion Decimating Smash does not actually go the right direction. And
Flash.
What's the flash at the go? But Gub isn't using this flash so consistently, just out of fear. As Rift Herald is... Oh, no!
Great interrupt!
Rift Herald is denied!
Amazing seismic shove to stop that one from happening, and down goes the Rift Herald. No damage to turrets, except for the massive amount of auto attacks that they decided to push
Jin's
out.
on the flank here. He might be able to do something, but he just walks in to die! I don't know what he was thinking there.
Jin the tank.
I mean, yeah, he's a tank, other than the fact that he's got boots to make him run fast, and that is it. Like, he has no tanky statistics.
Mr. Tails is doing a lot better.
I mean, yeah, when you compare it to his first game, I think you can practically do any better, but meanwhile, the unstoppable onslaught is stopped by Wall. The Fiora diving into the back line is not able to pick up the kill and will be taken out. doing her damnness to carry, but 7-2 and 2 is that scoreline. But while all this is happening, the turret has yet to be killed.
Still going. Small Yeet is going to be able to help the minions secure the turret, and they're going to actually continue pushing this one.
Exactly, and the thing is they can afford to. You look down the line of the items, there has been one fully completed item on Xavier's side, which is the Runix Echo's jungle item coming out of this Tilia. On the opposite side, Aussie's picked up a full item for Brad, effectively a full item for Small Yeet, effectively a full item for Hunter with the Muramana. And I mean, Mr. Tails, yeah, he hasn't got a full item, but Mr. Tails is also dead. So, I mean, does it really matter if he's got a full item?
Though?
There is no way he gets out of this.
It would have been amazing. A story for the ages if he had survived that
Let's over the wall.
Right.
There we go, let's over the wall. Takes out the Nami. He's feeling like some sushi today.
He does not have the flash, and he's not going to be able to escape from that one. But we do see Jin has picked up 4 Dorn's Blades and is attempting to go fast, but doesn't have the crit to do so.
I think partly the reason he's picking up so many Doran's Blades is he's really behind. And he's thinking to himself, I don't have the time. I need damage now. I don't have the time to buy something that scales into the late game, which I feel is a bit of an oopsies because, like, at this point, your only hope is to get to the late game when you've got even items. Because when you're sitting at nearly 10k gold behind, you can't be buying early game items because you've already lost it.
Oh
Talking
my
losing it,
gosh, Benny boy!
One more hit.
Quite a bit of damage, and that down he goes.
Easy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy as Ari goes down. I really love the skin, but it doesn't seem to be working for him.
Skins don't equate to
Skins wins.
skill.
Skins wins.
I mean, well, there's a fight on the
Oh,
top
good
side.
seismic shove.
2v1. Hunter is tanking up all those rocks right there. Jazza looks like he's going to use the Weaver's Wall to try to cut him off, but opts not to follow it up. So Hunter will be able to get alive. Same cannot be said for his Jazza, who's already gone down. And Clubby Boy, I mean, you can run, but against this Fiora, much like Freddy Krueger, you ain't hiding.
Oh, that was the red buff that secured the kill there. Meanwhile, Mr. Tails going 1v1 against the Jin and picks it up. It's the BF. No, it was the 4 Doran's Blades that he picked up before. But now he's got a BF sword.
He's bidding on 1 BF sword, double Doran's, double Coal, and 3 health potions.
It's
so
beautiful.
He's got a little bit of everything going on right now.
Well, he's actually he's the carry now.
He is the carry. There we see a Small Yeet. On the.
Oh no! Please no.
Almost is Ari, who's just getting destroyed right there by Brad.
Yeah, and basically Hunter, looking at his build, he's building towards a Triforce, so he's going to get a lot of damage and a lot of DPS very quickly, instead of opting for the Iceborne Gauntlet slow.
Exactly, so he's opted to go for, coming down a little bit as Garbo is already gone. The heal coming out of the Fiora riposte. But it looks like there'll be enough curtain call opening up, but he can't seem to land the shots. Some holds like
good riposte!
But it's not going to be enough. You can negate the stun, but you can't stop Jazza from killing you.
No, definitely not, as Small Yeet picks up another kill. Small Yeet! And the turret as well. They're going to be able to get another kill. He goes unstoppable as
Ari tries to get some vengeance for the rest of her team, but I don't think it's going to be enough. She needs to get the hell out of there.
Oh.
One more hit will do it. There we go. Brad sinks his teeth in.
Sinks his massive teeth in. He's 8-0.
I mean, you look at the side of Senior Blue, everyone's doing really, really well. 11 kills in favor of Aussie, 8-0 in favor of Brad, 3-0 from Small. Yeah, he's not doing fantastically, but especially when you compare it to his opposite number, Avenger Boy, Avenger's really struggled in this game, as we mentioned earlier. He's only picked up his shoes.
Yeah, he needs to buy more items, but it looks like he's just buying health pot after health pot, because those seem to be always at a 5-stack.
Indeed, unfortunately, it's a bit unfortunate there as the second inhibitor will fall. The bottom one, a lovely 2-man decimating smash coming out of the Scion, and looks like Fiora went a little bit too deep, but the Jin will fall. The Scion, not long for this world, as Shyvana really will try and force this fight, but it looks like Shyvana will eventually fall, so shutdown going in favor of the Scion, but with all the members down here, can they hold?
Oh, good seismic shot, bringing Brian back in. Small Yeet goes down. They get revenge. And now we do.
And because of that, they might be able to hold here. That's a double kill coming in for Jazza. And Senior Blue, a bit aggressive with that, now have to sort of back away and say, okay, maybe we should play a little bit smarter than what we've been doing so far.
Yeah, and we have finally see a crit item being built onto the Jin. A Zeal has been picked up. Maybe he can go a bit faster now.
I mean, maybe so, but the issue is I feel it is simply too little, too late. 13,000 gold is the advantage in favor of Senior Blue over Xavier, and like we already know as casters of League of Legends, 10,000 gold is considered an insurmountable lead, how the hell are they going to come back from a 13,000k gold disadvantage?
Well, Sion is getting really tanky. He's picked up the Spectre's Cal. He's got the Bambi Cinder. He's going full resistance with the Magic Resist on Spectre's Cal and the Ninja Tabby armor. He's doing well, but I don't think it's enough.
The issue is that, yeah, having a tank like the Sion is fantastic because it means that the battle lines of the enemy are a bit disrupted. But the issue is that in holding the front line as the tank, the people behind you need to be able to deal damage. I see Jazza being able to dish out quite a bit of damage. The issue is that that's about all I can see as Jazza himself is forced to flash.
Yeah, he's forced to flash away from this one, trying to get some control over Baron, but it looks like Senior Blue are going to start it without any contest.
And there's no vision. Xavier possibly don't even know this is happening right now as you see a Thrill of the Hunt being used from that Sivir, but this is a free Baron coming out, and it looks like they will try and contest this. I mean, there's no way he gets this steal, right?
No, he doesn't.
There's no way. There we go. Brad secures himself the Baron. No steal coming out of no comeback mechanic. While they do manage to pick up Aussie as well on the fight. The decimating smash, and Brad is a little bit too far forward. So he has to get himself out of there. The rest of the team finding there for reinforcements, but Senior Blue secured the Baron. Maybe need to force him way out of here.
Oh, good ultimate coming out from Ezreal. Brand picks it up. He's going to get a shutdown. Small Yi picking up another one onto Jazza. And now the Sion is trying to pick up a kill onto Basic Yu Hunter. But he's just out of range as he walks away from
That's like the most embarrassing way to die if you die to a Sion passive. Like,
yeah.
The dude's already dead and he's killing you. Like, come on.
And the minions have taken down both Nexus
the base is completely open.
And Benja Boy trying his best to stop it, but he just doesn't have the damage. The
That's
last
game.
chapter, and his minions
win the game for Senior Blue.
Minions are going to take the game. 2 Ocean Drakes, 1 Cloud, and they will, with Baron empowered minions, be able to take that Nexus for the second win of this tournament.
So Senior Blue end the day with a 2-1 record. So, I mean, that game, it feels like the entirety of today has been entirely dictated through the middle lane and how that's been operating. If a mid laner gets ahead, their team is typically the team that wins. If their team is the team that loses, they're the ones that are falling behind. So, a really good job there for Senior Blue to get control early and then take it over.
Yeah, and they're going to have to take this into the finals as the Senior Blue come up against the Senior Red once more. But after this lunch break, we're going to have a bit of audience interaction, a bit of a 1v1 tournament.
Indeed, so basically audience, what we're going to, after lunch, when we come back here at 1 o'clock, basically we're going to get 2 people to have a one-on-one on the tournament so we can bring it up there. Alright, so basically if you've got any personal grudges or friendship rivalries, now is the time to dish them out. So we'll be back after the lunchtime break.
1v1 me on the Rift.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Hello? There we go. Hello and welcome back to the last half of. Whoa, like every time. Am I live? Hello?
Anyway, we are back
we'll use yours.
for the. Just move away. We are back for the Northeastern eSports tournament.
There you go. Nailed it.
Yeah, and we are during the break, but we decided that we're going to do a bit of a
Exhibition match.
exhibition matches.
Or matches, yeah, because what we've decided to do is have some one-on-ones with the audience here at.
Yeah, 1v1s,
one-on-ones with the
including
audience.
the audience.
Yeah.
And so, I think we've already got the first
I think we
match.
do. Where was the first match?
Where were the first 2 people that wanted to play?
Alright, here we come. Come on.
Come on.
Come on, camera.
All right, so,
Come in, right it. Right it. Right in front of the
is there a bit of a feud between you two?
No.
So what are the stakes for this? Just for fun.
Personal rivalry.
All right, so we're gonna get you guys to jump into the rift, right back into the rift, and they're going to 1v1 middle lane. And here are the rules. So to win this 1v1, it's going to be either first blood. Whoever gets first blood wins. First to 100 CS or first turret kill. And basically that's it. First blood, first turret kill, or first to 100 CS.
Now, let's be realistic with ourselves. I don't think is this one working?
Okay.
Alright, lovely. Well, I've been downgraded. Lovely. Alright, there we go. So basically, along with those rules, it's more than likely going to end up being first blood. I mean, in a 1v1 tournament between friends, you don't want to be the one that gets the turret, and farming to 100 is like, you could win, but it's the coward's way to win.
Yeah, it is
like, the true way to win this tournament is to kill your friend. So that's what we should be expecting to see as these two will be loading in hopefully very shortly. And like, we ourselves have a bit of 1v1 experience, so there are quite a few champions that we can sort of predict or expect. For example, the one that comes to my mind is AP Nasus. Nasus of AP has stupid levels of wave clear, which is the coward's way to win, but it's still technically a way to win, as we are taking a look at what they end up taking. Now, I want to see some high damage champions coming out here.
Yeah, definitely. We want to see how they're going to play this one out. We're going to see...
I mean...
Oh, well, let's wait until they lock it in. Right.
Okay, so Shaker, I mean, it could work. I'm trying to avoid saying the names in case they can hear us. Okay, so we know one of them.
Yep.
And it makes a lot of sense. It's a lot of damage.
Quite a bit of damage, and there's a lot of invisibility that comes out with the Shroud as well. But we have yet to see the other one.
Oh no, it's locked in.
Okay.
Oh, never mind, I'm blind.
Oh, not yet.
Yeah, it's written on stream, so it better be locked in at this point.
Okay, we'll see how they're going to play this one out. Come on, Brad.
Come on, lock it in. Do it! Alright, well, let's talk about the other lock-in.
Oh, no, he's probably just.
Oh, runes.
doing
Okay,
runes,
so.
yeah. So it is locked in. A lot of invisibility. Shaco on blue side, as well as Akali on red side, both taking Ignite and Flash.
Okay, so... Huh? Oh, we know. We did our stats on the feed into Akali. So, effectively, we know Akali is probably the favorite in terms of mechanics. But the issue is that the Shaco boxes are going to be an issue here. Because if you run into one Shaco box, that is going to be chain crowd control. You hit one box, and you hit the second box, third box, and you're dead.
And the problem with Shaco is that... No, not the problem with Shaco. The problem with Akali into Shaco is that as soon as Akali puts down her Shroud, Shaco can put his box down. Not that it will be able to see her, but as soon as she comes out of the Shroud to damage him, she will get taunted.
She gets feared and unable to do anything during the fear duration. Now, we'll have to see how it goes. So remember, guys, it is one-on-one in the middle lane only, so there's no running away in all of this. Now, yeah, we get a bit of audience. Come on, can we hear the audience? Come on, let's go. There we go. The best part of a live event is always the audience.
But we see a Rejuvenation bead coming out.
All right, so the Rejuvenation bead and the longsword coming out of... these are with the names, because we're using the accounts from the names previously.
Let's just go Shaco.
Let's go with the names of Shaco. Is that, like, it works? Where's he going? Get to mid lane, boy.
So just reiterating the rules. Only mid lane, first to 100 CS, first kill, or first turret.
But then I see Akali, I see Shaco. The chances of this being first turret is minimal because neither of them have any range.
No, they don't.
The chances of them being 100 CS is low, purely because they're going to kill each other before they get to that point.
But we still have to see how they're going to play this one out. We are waiting for the minions to spawn. That should be ready in about, what,
that's
1 minute 30?
That's the issue with the 1v1 mode we're using. There we go. Minions will be on their way and arrive in 30 seconds. Now, I ask you the question, Tico. Who do you have faith in? Do you have faith in the Shaco, or do you think Akali will take this one?
The one-trick Akali.
One-trick Akali, you have faith?
Akali. No, he's not one-trick, but he's got a lot of Akali time on his account, so...
Alright, we'll have to find out as...
Well, we will have to see, but I do think Akali does have the advantage in this matchup. She has a little bit more range than Shaco does. Shaco has a point and... Shaco. He has the point and click E, but that is about it. Akali has a bigger burst.
Exactly, and Shaco has opted to start with boxes, which makes a lot of sense. It's probably the right thing to do, but the issue is, look at the positioning of the boxes. He's being very aggressive, which means that when Akali is able to dive on top of him, the boxes aren't going to be there to keep him alive.
And we'll have to see how they're going to play this one out. The Rejuvenation beat is definitely different, but it does help with a constant sustain in lane, especially with the Rejuvenation of health.
Exactly, of course, on the...
And we'll...
I've just dropped something. On the side of the Akali, she has opted to go for the Doran Shield as well as the Potion. So that basically says that Akali probably isn't actually going to be looking for kills early on. She's probably going to get a bit of farm under her belt, recall, pick up maybe the Hextech Revolver, and then start looking to pick herself up a couple kills. Because Before then, she doesn't bring a whole lot of damage to the table, even if she's rocking the Ignite.
And so we do have Shaco, who's pushed up this lane a bit, even in CS as well.
Fight.
Yeah, we still have to wait for a fight. But Akali has to get to level 3. Ooh, Shaco going invisible.
Keep going forwards, and quite a bit of damage coming out. The tower shot as well as the electrocute proc. And Shaco forced out of it now. He has the regeneration beat, as we've mentioned earlier, to sustain his way up here. But I think he's going to be forced to recall, and I don't think he can pick anything up on this recall, really. He's only sitting on 9 CS, which means he won't have a whole amount of gold in his back pocket.
Definitely right, and he...
No, he's opting to stay. That's very risky. Akali...
Well, he's got the Dark Harvest, and Akali doesn't have any way of spotting him out. But she does have a large amount of health compared to him. So, gonna force to be back away.
That's
by
really...
his boots.
By boots. All right, boots, I think it's mostly just a lack of gold. He only has 350 gold, so... He's waiting for a... No, he can't even wait for a potion. He didn't have enough gold to pick up a combat item, so I have to see if those boots will help him out. Meanwhile, for the Akali, I mean, she can push his wave in recall, pick up probably an amplification tome, and then just be fine when she comes back in the lane, because she'll bring more damage to the table than the Shaco will. There we go.
Bit of back. See, the Akali is ahead right now, but Brad may look to interrupt it. No, he's not going to. He's getting quite a bit of CS, though.
Exactly. The wave was pushed in, and so... The wave was pushed in, so effectively now, it's about even. There's the amplification tome coming out. Oh, is this working? There we go. The second microphone's working. There we go. So it has the amp tome now. So now, I would sort of expect Aussie to look for killing... sorry, I'm just going to confuse the names. Akali to kill Shaco, purely because she has more combat stats with that amplification tome over the longsword that Shaco is bringing to the table.
And it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out, especially with Brad pushing up this wave. We do know that he can't dive onto turret, but Akali does, or is able to. Oh, she misses that.
I mean, she tried, but right now Shaco is picking up the Dark Harvest stack, sitting at 12 already. So really good there. Oh, Deceive going forwards, but with the Shroud coming out as well as the tower shot, Brad, if she lands the Shuriken, one more hit will do it. Ignite is available, but she doesn't use it, and that could have been a kill there if Akali used the Ignite.
It definitely could have, and with the Amplifying Tomb buff, this is one going towards the favor of Akali right now. As I was saying, she has a bigger burst, or a larger burst than Shaco does. Even with Dark Harvest, that is a scaling rune.
Exactly, Dark Harvest is fantastic when you get to mid or late game. The issue is that we're never going to get there. Like, 100 CS, sure, that might take us a while. Tower damage, yes, and then it gets a while, but you're just not going to get the Dark Harvest stacks that you really want. And Akali opting to say doesn't want to match recall, says I don't need it, I've got enough health. And of course, the regeneration in the Akali kit means she isn't forced to back off due to being low in health.
Exactly, and we'll have to see how this one plays out with the Doran's shield. As you said, Dark Harvest going in. She dodges away from that one, taking quite a bit of damage, but she does have quite a bit of resistance on her side.
Exactly, the Doran's shield regenerating her health every single time she takes damage from the Shaco. So Shaco sort of needs to all in and kill her, but the issue with that, hitting the level 6, he's trying to force the fight here, but with the Shroud, as well as the execution of the ultimate, I don't know if it's going to be enough. One more hit will do it, and the Shaco will fall!
She hits level 6. She hits level 6 in the middle of that fight, and she's able to pick up the first game of the 1v1s.
That was a bit of a rough 1v1. Unfortunately, Shaco, maybe not the best lock-in there for...
No, definitely
especially
not.
For an Akali. So what we can do now, that's only the first round. Hold on, we've got plenty of time now. So what we're going to do, Tico, I want you to pick... Anyway, hands up if you want to be in. Tico, take your pick of the litter. Who do you want in for your round? Who's going to represent you for this round?
Represent me?
Yes, they're going to stand for your honor. All right, there we go. You got yourself one.
He's representing me.
All right, and what I'll do is I'll grab... Yeah, go with the hippie level hair. You're coming out. Let's go.
Hippie hair.
Hippie hair. It's nice, it's long. It looks like a hippie. It works.
Fair enough. All right, so come here.
All right, here we come, boys.
This
is Tico's champion.
What is your name?
Che.
Che.
Yeah.
Che. Okay. So, do you think you're gonna win this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
He has faith.
Confidence coming out.
Take your seat,
man. All right, man. What's your name?
I'll just go with hippie hair.
All right, hippie hair it is. That works well. I call myself Ginger, so it works itself quite nice. Now, have you ever played League of Legends before? All right, excellent. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
All right, excellent. You think you can take him? All right, represent me, man, and you get.
All right. Team Tico versus Team Yatos.
I mean, I have faith in my man. Look at him. He looks fabulous. How can he lose?
Hippie hair.
Exactly.
See, mine has a name, though.
Yeah,
My
so
guy
does
has a
mine.
name.
Mine has a title. Titles
Oh,
are better
title.
than names, Tico. This is something we should know.
Except he called out that he's going to win anyway, so.
Yeah, but so did my man.
Oh.
Gotta have faith in the man.
Okay, yeah, let's see how this one goes then.
All right,
we
so
got
we'll look-
Chai versus...
Hippie hair. I mean, nicknames are one of the greatest things in the world. You can just assign a nickname to anyone and it can stick so easily.
Yeah, so true. I mean...
Yeah, as I said, Ginger.
Yeah, look up at your hair.
I mean, you look at my hair, Ginger. I've been called, I think one of the best nicknames I've ever had is Discount Sideshow Bob.
Yep.
Because it kind of works. So,
All right,
we
but
have
we're
ourselves...
heading right into the blind pick phase. He's a diamond player.
He's diamond. It doesn't matter.
Yes!
You gotta take him out.
He's diamond.
Rank means nothing when it comes
Rank
to one-on-one.
means nothing, really?
No, rank means nothing.
Okay, true.
All right, so I have to say we are looking at...
You
guys,
sure?
headphones-
You sure?
I
Okay,
mean,
guys,
we'll
put
have
your
to see.
headphones
Headphones on, guys, so we're not yelling stuff we
Chai.
shouldn't be able to. Chai,
your
headphones,
headphones
buddy.
on.
Come on, don't cheat.
No cheating.
No cheating. If you're going to represent Tico, you got to do it with honor.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. I was very tempted to see that.
I mean, it would have worked. AP is all I'm going to say. Ooh. I mean, this matchup kind of, if they do end up going for this, it's kind of ironically in favor of the Mad Yordle. Purely because Zed has an execute and Kled has like a mount. If you get him off the mount, he's immune for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. And
So it can work.
But unless Zed kills, well,
Well, it depends.
Okay.
If the death mark isn't procced properly, the Kled wins.
Yeah.
But if it is procced properly, the Zed will win. And we've seen Zed banned multiple times today, so we know the fear that's going to come into it. As there we go, Kled, the what's a Benji running away to see which one is his man. Who's your man on the board today? Have you on the Zed or you with the Kled?
I have the Zed.
Ooh, the Zed. So I have faith in the Kled.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
As someone who plays
Look.
so much Kled, it's
Uh-huh.
ridiculous. He's a great champion.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he is. But into my,
It is
diamond player.
Rank means nothing.
Rank means nothing,
It's
really?
all about your
How did it-
skill with the champion.
How did he get up to that rank?
He's boosted.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
There we go. Looking
We do
ourselves
see a
in
Dark
here.
Harvest.
Dark
Zed.
Harvest Zed. I mean, the diamond rank's got to be coming out in that one. So we'll have to see as they will be running it to the mid. Now, once again, I'm expecting this to be to the death. There is no way this gets to 100 CS
No, definitely
or a tower
not.
damage.
Yeah,
Like,
Zed at level 6, I'll be expecting my guy, Chai. Oh, that rhymes. My guy, Chai, is
Yeah,
going to
your
go
guy, Chai.
all the way in at level 6.
that's the thing. That Kled beforehand, though, is, I think, a bit stronger than the Zed in the early stages,
Oh, yeah.
especially because look
Without
at
a
the Keystone.
doubt.
He's running Conqueror, which, I mean, Kled can proc that very easily with the violent tendencies that he brings to the battlefield. I mean, look at that man. He's riding a dinosaur. How can you not love that?
Garl.
Skirl!
Skirl.
It's like Carl from Walking Dead, except with an extra S. Go on, try it.
Garl.
Oh no, not llamas of hats. Come on. Oh, there
he
we go. Bear
does
trap
that
on a
bear
rope.
trap on a
Pulls
rope.
the assassin in. Fight me!
Go, Brad.
There we go. The 1v1 early on. Come on,
Chai,
fight,
come on,
fight,
Chai.
fight.
Oh, a bit of BMs there. Oh, come on, Chai. You got this.
Alright, so I think I figured out that the name of Hippie Man is actually Kyle. I'm hearing people from the side chant out Kyle. So we have
are you gonna
discovered
stick
the
to
name.
Hippie Man or are you
Yeah,
gonna
I
go
was thinking
to
of Hippie
Kyle?
Man. You kidding me?
Okay.
Hippie Man is the best possible
hippie
name.
hair, hippie hair.
Hippie hair. Sorry, yeah.
That was
Hippie
it.
hair, Hippie Man. There we go. Dodges another Q. You know, your diamond player can't hit a skill shot to save himself.
Well, he's got more HP, so...
It doesn't matter. Skull doesn't give a
does.
damn.
No, Skarl doesn't,
I was a coward.
but Led does.
I mean, Kled does, but Kled also, like, the lore of Kled is simply all he cares about is fighting.
But
so
yeah, he's the high commander of...
he's got like
He's got so many
13
titles, yeah.
different military ranks or something like that. It's utterly ridiculous. So bear trap
Oh,
lands,
come on,
pull
Brad.
him in, pulls him into
Get rid of
range.
Skarl, get rid of Skarl.
Come on, there we go. Skarl is refusing to run away. The little dinosaur staying there, so the Cantabrius
It's
Cavalier can
interesting to
remain
see
in
how
battle.
different our commentation goes
I
when
know.
we have teams.
Exactly, it's very biased. You're always talking about the Zed. I'm always talking about the Kled. They kind of rhyme. Who hit level 2 first here, though? Like, Kled is, if Kled is level 2 here,
Kled will.
the issue is he can't
But
go
he's not
all in.
gonna
He's
go
too
in
far
now.
pushed up.
And yeah, we have to... Ooh, sorry. Dead.
You alright there?
Yeah, I'm definitely good. Ahead in CS, though.
Yeah, there we go.
We're ahead in
BM
CS.
coming out of the Kled.
Yeah, but CS, that's all that matters, right?
I mean, CS matters if you're a coward. Now, I ask you this, Tico. Are you or your man a coward?
I am.
And you still lost our one-on-one.
Oh, exactly why.
If it
I
looks
should
like-
have taken the
Way too flat.
Whatever.
Alright, but it looks like right now health bars are in favor of the Zed there,
he
but
misses all of
that's
that.
the third bear trap in a rope that's actually connected onto the Zed.
Yeah.
And Zed
He's
needs to
landed
dodge
all of
these.
them.
He needs to dodge the bear trap on a rope because that gives Kled the opportunity to engage. So, I mean, if Zed can dodge bear traps, he wins. If he doesn't, he dies.
Use that Dark Harvest to your advantage. He's going to look for... No, he's not going to look. He's got Dark Harvest. Proc it, please.
Part of the issue here for the Kled is look where the wave is positioned. Kled can't fight Zed because Zed can simply run under his turret. So
Exactly, and
it's a really awkward place for the Kled to be in right
He's
now.
got quite a few minions backed up onto Zed as well, so that's going to be an interesting way of him, if they do decide to fight inside your minion wave.
Exactly, fight inside the minion wave, pull them in. The minions do quite a lot of damage, as we've seen earlier today with Lux getting killed by minions in lane. So, but it looks like Zed is actually now starting to push up the way, and this could be Kled's opportunity to engage. He's hit level 4. If he goes for a fight relatively good, he jousts forwards, but he's dismounted. Skarl, you coward!
Bye, Skarl.
Bye.
Bye, have a nice day.
There's so many things I could say about that. Looks like Brad the Zed stepping up forward. Now, he is in kill potential because if we can look at the bar underneath the Kled, if he gets that full, Skarl comes back.
He's building
but
up
if Zed
very
kills
quickly.
him before that comes back up, he dies. Like, there's
Doesn't
no
look
escape.
like that's going to happen, though.
Yeah, it doesn't look it. As he's
building
forcing
that
the
one
fight.
up.
Come on. Get Skarl back.
Skarl
The
is
Ignite
back.
comes down. The flood will Ignite. Zed is going to fall. Where is your diamond now, boy?
Oh, that was so close. Oh,
There we go. That's how we do it.
That was so unfortunate. I'm slightly disappointed.
I'm not. That's all I wanted to see out of today. That was really good. Good job, you two. Well done.
Hippie Hair won
Coming out
this
of those
time.
two. Now,
You won this round.
I have won this round, and because of that now, Benji, there is going to be an opportunity. So, audience, unfortunately, you've had to listen to this guy prattle on all day. Who wants the opportunity to take him out? Right there. Yeah,
No,
take him out.
no, no,
Benji,
no, no, no.
in you get, boy.
Oh my
This is a
goodness.
solo cast. You get in there.
Boy. All right. I got this.
Put it on the microphone at least. Come on, man.
Oh, true.
Put it on the stand. There we go. Put that on the stand. All right, in we get. All right. I'll give you a hint. He's gonna play something that has wings. All right, that is your hint. He does nothing but play birds. All right, let's join the lobby, guys. Let's get going. All right, so we'll see now, because Benji is a half decent caster. Let's find out if his casting ability translates onto the Rift itself. So Benji, let's ask the question. Benji, do you have faith in yourself today?
What rank are you?
The comment.
He's plat. I'm gonna lose this.
All right, so we got a plan to play. So Benji has no faith in himself to be able to stand up. This is why you're a caster, mate. You can't play. All right, so that's why. I mean, I'm not wrong. All right, so we all loaded ourselves in now. Again, headphones on, boys. Come on, headphones on, because I have a bit of a story to tell the audience today. So I've been casting with Benji for nearly 2 years now, and this man plays one thing and one thing only: Predator Quinn. Can you? Yeah. Oh, whoops. Ban the Quinn. Now's your chance. Oh, wait, there's no bans. Yeah, exactly. So more than likely he's going to go for that. Now, the real question is, of course, his opponent, what works against Quinn? Does anyone, who else here plays League? Hands up. There we go. All right, shout out to the ones. Who do you think should go against the Quinn? Who do you think are champion-wise? Come on, someone. Someone? You guys have mouths, yeah? I tried. Huh? Oh, that's boring. All right, so let's take a look at the lineup. I mean, come on, Benji. We both know what you're picking. Tico, come on. Pick it in. Benji. What? Oh, wait, what are you doing, Benji? Pick a champion. Come on. Yeah, he's trolling. He's flipping through stuff. All right, there we go. He's going to lock it in properly. There it is. The one thing he can play well. Let's see if he can stand up to Draven up on the other side of the map. What? You're against a Draven. You'll live. Hopefully. Maybe. Yeah, no, true on that one. All right, so now you know the matchups. Benji, do you have any faith in yourself?
Who is he playing?
Draven.
No.
You have no faith against
No,
the Draven.
I have to make.
I had to make him drop an axe. Ooh, what's this? Oh yeah, Benji, you can get like you can you can commentate yourself as you're playing. Because is that on? Is that one on yet? Was that live? Benji, hello?
Hello.
Hey, there we go. So what are you gonna do, Benji? Normally, when you play-by-play, you're standing behind a desk and you're hiding like a coward.
Okay.
Now, you've got to play-by-play while on the Rift against a Draven. How do you think you're going to match up? Yeah, that's the only way to say Draven. You've got to emphasize the A. This isn't League of Legends anymore. It's League of Draven. All right, let's take a look. So I'm going to hide behind these two so I can get front row seats at hopefully Tico being destroyed by a high school student, because that would make my day. All right, come on. Level 1.
I'm not going to go in for any level.
Oh, come on. Why not go in for level 1? It's your Quinn.
I'm just going to do that.
Oh, you're going to ward him up. Yeah, there we go. Is this your... I mean, your name is Zach, yeah?
That is correct.
All right, lovely. Oh, you picked Draven. You're going against the Quinn. Do you think you can crush the caster who's been bad-mouthing you all day? Yes.
I haven't been bad.
Yeah, you have. Shush. No one cares for your opinion, Benji.
Fair enough.
All right, let's see if Zach can take out Benji. Of course, Summoner spells, double ignite being brought, as well as the electrocute for the Quinn, and the Conqueror coming out of the Draven here. So Conqueror quite standard. We'll see if he can proc that one off. And Benji is hiding in the river like a coward. There we go. First blood coming out blinds out the Draven, and axes are now flying out. Now, for those who don't play League, from what I'm assuming is quite a majority of you, Draven has a very fun mechanic. Every time he throws one of his axes, he can re-catch it, and it basically deals more damage the more axes he catches. So the challenge here for Brad is basically catch every single axe he throws to kill Benji. On the other side, Quinn, short range, but she has a blind, which means Draven will not be able to fight the Quinn for about 2.5 seconds. All right? So if Benji can get the blind onto the Draven, he wins, in theory, assuming he's not bad and like fat fingers his ignite. The other side, Draven simply has to throw his axes. He hits level 2. Benji backing away. Already losing the CS game, Benji. What is this? Come on, Benji. He's too focused. There we go. Fight coming out. Gets the blind. And actually really good trade coming out of Benji there. The Draven cops the worst enders. Come on, Zach. Yeah, let's hear it for Zach. Let's go. There we go. Come on, Zach. You have the entire school behind you supporting you. You have to take out this outsider. You have to take out this complete random caster from Melbourne. Oh, there we go. Hits level 3. No, level 2 still. Drops the axe as well. Bit of a fumble Ruski coming out of the Draven there. So he has to reset the axes coming out. Now, has burnt the health potion, so Quinn has a bit of an advantage here. We'll have to see if Benji's actually able to use the advantages that Draven has graciously given him, or if he falls apart and crumbles. Level 3's hit across the board, and outside of a little bit of trading, not a whole lot is coming out between, of course, the caster from Melbourne and the high school student from Wodonga. So Benji, can you hear me? I know for a fact Benji can hear me. He's smiling, and he doesn't want to have the dishonor on his reputation of losing to a Draven. So we'll have to see. Oh, Chris coming out, tanking up the turret. One more hit will do it. Flash ignite him, Benji. Do it. Flash ignite him. Oh, he has no ignite. He has no ignite, Benji. He used the ignite earlier, I promise. Come on, go for it. He's healing up, Benji. You got to do it. There we go. Flash coming in. Ignite. And Brad, will he burn out? No, he lives! Benji, how can you mess up such a simple play?
I don't know.
You're bad, that's how it's happening. So, Draven will be recalling. Let's have a look at Draven. So he picks up a double longsword, which basically means that Draven hits a hell of a lot harder than the Quinn will at least thought now. So we'll see what Benji opts, because Benji's going to have to recall. And the health potion picked up for the side of Brad as well. So quite a bit of really good choice there out of the Draven, of course. And of course, Quinn only opting to recall now. So we'll have to see what they end up picking up. Of course, double longsword is more likely the option. Let's have a look at the gold values. So that's going to be a double longsword in for the Quinn as well. There we go. Double longsword and probably some health potions as well to boot. Because, I mean, it's all on the line at this point, Benji. You can't mess this up.
I got this. I got this.
You've got this. After your completely botched play of a flash ignite, you've got this.
I just got to wait for my ignite to come back up.
All right, so the ignite coming back up. Whoop. Crowd together. What? Oh, okay. All right, so second round is going to be beginning soon between Benji and Zach. So crowd, who do you have faith in? Do you have faith in Zach? All right, who here has faith in Benji? Good. Even I don't have faith in him, and I've casted with him for 2 years. That's how much faith we have in there. So it looks like level 5's hit across the board. Wodonga's Star Child and Zach pushing the wave in to the caster of Benji there. Benji has taken Resolve as a secondary, which makes him a little bit tankier, which means dealing a little bit less damage. The sign of a coward, if you ask me, going out here. Yeah, coward. You heard me, Benji. Looking down the CS, Draven has got himself an advantage, but let's be real with ourselves. The only way this match should end is with blood being spilled, hopefully from the Quinn. I hope Quinn's the one that falls in this matchup, but we'll have to find out. Level 6 hit for Quinn. They have access to Valor, but the issue is that Valor isn't the best combat summoner. It's fantastic for movement, but that's about all it brings to the table now. But it looks like Zach may simply be just farming this up. He has no need to fight this. 43 CS to the 37 of the Quinn. And remember, the rules are, it's first blood, first turret, or 100 CS, but it looks like... Is that your Ignite? No. I thought that was burning your Ignite super early on. Once again there, Benji.
Yeah, I burnt it early.
Yeah, you burned it early. It's coming back up soon. Only a little bit of the cooldown left. Brad in control of the wave right now, but it will be shoving... Oh, he calls in Valor. Is he going to go in with this one? Come on, Benji. You have yourself your bird. You can go in. And there we go. The bird coming out. Looks like he chooses to dismount for now. Bit of a shame, but Benji is being crushed. 10 CS down over his opposite number. Yellow. Let's go, Zach! There we go. Everyone needs his camera. Come on, let's stay focused on the action, please, camera. Got ourselves a little bit of fighting. I mean, Zach is very low right now. Benji could force it an all-in, and with Ignite coming up and available soon, he could definitely force it. One more hit will do it. He has Ignite almost there. There is no mana on either side, so can't use abilities when you have no mana to cast it, much like the adage of Freak. But with Ignite coming back up from both sides, I'm expecting kills. There's going to be another round of recalls for a third round fight. Hopefully someone kills someone else in the next fight. All right, so Benji, you said you had no faith early on. Yeah. How are you feeling now? You're 7 minutes into the game and you haven't died for once.
Whew. It's different.
Can't hear you on the mic.
It's different.
It's different not to be, 0-14 at like 5 minutes into the game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a new experience for you. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Zach, of course, you got the home crowd with you, as you can clearly hear. Let's hear it up for Zach one more time. All right, you have the home crowd in your favor. Now, you've got the CS advantage. Now, of course, you could go for the 100 CS, but my real question is, are you going to kill Benji?
Oh, I'm going to kill him.
All right, so we're going to go for the kill hopefully soon, because, like I said, with 100 CS being the rule, Draven already sitting on 59, 10 over his opposite number. The kills need to come in soon, otherwise it's a bit of a disaster. Looks like the Valor is going in. Draven gets a nice axe back in return. It's actually juggling 2 axes, so double hard to catch, but double the damage coming out from this glorious Executioner. Meanwhile, Quinn has gone for a little bit of a different style, so Draven's looking for the sustain game here. Draven, with the Vam Scepter, is looking to survive the fights. Meanwhile, a bit of a fight. Draven, copping the worst of that one, was blinded up and unable to swing his axes around, so... Poor Valor coming out from Benji. He could go all in here. Knowing him, he definitely is going to. Oh, Benji, come on. You let me down. I predicted you to go all in, and then you do that. You're a failure.
Oh.
Yeah, you're a failure, man. That's how it works. You see another member of the audience is rocking themselves into the party, but 10 CS down still as the caster fights out Zach. The blind coming out. This could be disastrous. Ignite is available, but not used!
Ignite!
Benji, use your Ignite, boy! Where is it? Where's your Ignite? Meant to reply to that one. Where's the Ignite, Benji? Oh, do it. Do it, Benji. He's behind enemy lines. He's going for it, but looks like it's... Oh, there he goes. Benji has taken the kill. And Zach, you have failed Wodonga. He just runs the whole time. Huh? All right, sweet. All right, so that is... The caster, I don't know how you won that, Benji. You did not deserve to win that one, but unfortunately for that, that is going to signal the end of the 1v1s. Unfortunately, we do not have the time, but what we will be doing soon, guys, is going into the grand final match of today, a best of one. Oh, the camera is on, okay. A best of one between what I believe is both Wodonga teams going head-to-head. We had that at the start of the day, and let's be real with ourselves, Benji. It was a bit of a one-sided slaughter at the start of the day.
Yeah, so the blue team, I believe,
Yeah,
they
blue team
lost Senior Blues. They lost their first game on the red side.
very whole-handedly. So we'll see in a couple of minutes if Wodonga's team blue is able to get vengeance after a brutal game at the start of the day.
Yeah, so what happened last time was that Mr. Tails was in the mid lane and he just...
Inted.
He inted, basically. It wasn't very helpful for his team.
It wasn't the best decision to have him in a champion, because it's clear he wasn't comfortable in the champion.
Yeah.
So I think his rotation to the support role has actually benefited Wodonga blue very much so.
But
so,
his Sivir support, maybe not.
Okay, maybe so, but it was better than his Smite Teleport Talon mid. So I would like that decision. So, of course, guys, we'll be back in only a matter of minutes to find out who is the winner of the Northeastern
Northeastern eSports tournament.
Northeastern Esports Championship.
Introducing Mac
Start back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Northeastern Esports Tournament Grand Final here at Wodonga. Of course, we have ourselves two teams that will be going in, but before we introduce the two teams to the Grand Finals, we must, for the last time of today, I fear, introduce ourselves. My name is Ewan Iatos Reid, and to my side is, of course, Benjamin Tico Lee.
Thank you very much for that glorious introduction.
And good job winning the one-on-one. I hate you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm so sorry.
I'm upset.
I'm
upset on that one, but unfortunately we will be going into the grand final of this particular series. We've had the games all throughout the day, and I believe the last two teams that we'll be seeing for the grand final are both teams that were rostered from Wodonga.
Yeah, exactly. So we're having the senior blue and the senior red. Now, hopefully they'll be on the blue and the red side in
Hopefully. It's going to be
in
very
that order.
confusing if they're not.
But the first game that we saw, red was on blue and blue was on red, so.
And it was very one-sided, let us say that. Blue got demolished.
But maybe they've turned this around.
I mean,
so
they've had all day.
Yeah, we're going to have one game. They've won every single game except for that one.
Indeed. So there is every potential that they've warmed themselves up, and they're also more aware of what Red is going to be bringing to the table. Remember, in game one of the day, Red brought out the Morgana on Brennan on their support, and he single-handedly destroyed Blue with those Dark Bindings.
Yeah.
So there's more than likely going to be a Morgana ban in the game that's coming up.
All right, but before we get into the game, before we head straight into it, we've got these little cute Bard meeps. So if anyone wants, we have two left. We have two meeps left.
We have two of these things left. Where are they?
Who wants these meeps?
Where are they in the box? Okay,
no, there's only one left. There's only two.
Oh, these ones.
All right. I'm gonna yeet this.
There we go.
Okay,
you fight it there. I'm gonna fire it to the other side.
Yeah, that way.
There we go. Nailed it.
He caught it.
Nailed it. All right, there we go. So the last ones have been handed out, and we will now be loading into the pick and ban of the grand final of the Northeastern Esports Tournament.
Let's get into it.
Hopefully.
My back.
There we go. Loaded in for the grand final. Now, we mentioned earlier, Breno on support. His Morgana is terrifying. I would be very surprised not to see Morgana, but Kled is actually the first thing taken away.
Yeah, so they've been taken away. Get rid of those settings. Because we want to see.
I can't see a thing.
Oh, he's getting the sound back up. That's fine.
Oh, there we go. So we can get a bit of sound coming in
but
now.
The Kled's been taken away. Now, we saw how effective that was against the Zed. And we won't be able to see how effective it is against nothing else because it's not going to be picked.
Exactly there. But we'll have to see Senior Red on the red side of the map this time. So the name is going to be a hell of a lot easier. Fiora taken away. Makes a lot of sense. Except for the fact that Aussie is currently marked as the AD carry. So that's either a mess up when they were loading in.
But it's only those two. Basic Q, top, Aussie, AD carry, or switched around.
It's possible. We'll have to see it. But on the other side, Rammus is taken away. Now, Rammus, I mean, it makes sense to a degree to take it away. But, like, there are other champions that could work. We'll have to see. You know, Shibi Cow, we've seen him play Graves, and that's about it.
Rammus is a massive tank. And especially in towards the late game, he can build Thornmail, and just his abilities allow him to deal extra damage without technically dealing damage himself.
Ooh, another adaptation out of Senior Red I really, really like, the brand ban. And Small Yeet has played that 2 games and it got banned in game 1. It's been banned again, which makes a whole lot of sense. Draven banned out as well by Senior Blue.
And that's going to get taken away by Please Be Nice. He's comfortable on that pick, and they're banning it away. These two teams have done their homework.
I mean, they go to the same score of each other. They're surely aware of what they can pull up. Now,
True.
The Jhin takeaway tells me that Aussie is the AD carry because Aussie plays an excessive amount of Jhin, and that means Gangplank first picked out for Hunter. That is terrifying.
That should be interesting to see how this one plays out. Is he going to go Kleptomancy or Grasp of the Undying?
Well, that all depends on what Vert Dragon decides to bring to the lane. If Vert Dragon brings a Bruiser, someone who's going to be fighting Gangplank throughout the whole lane, Gangplank needs... Oh!
No, he
Yes!
did! Yes, he
My
did!
boy!
Nasus has been picked!
Alright, so as someone who pretty much does nothing but play Nasus, this lane is a blessing and a curse. This lane is a blessing because Gangplank needs to scale, and Nasus needs to scale. It is a curse because Gangplank is going to bully the Nasus, and Warwick finally gets through for Sheepy 50 Cow.
Exactly. Senior Blue have let it slip through their fingers. They've banned Warwick every single time, except for this game, and Warwick has been picked.
Indeed, they opted to take away the Rammus from Sheepy, so he does get himself the Hunter from oh, my mic, I don't know. And we'll have to see what Bradlock said. Now, Shyvana is up. He's played Shyvana every single game we've seen him. I don't see a reason why he wouldn't lock this in.
Exactly. Shyvana's a really good pick. Maybe not into Warwick.
I mean, it definitely can work, but I'll have to say,
Hey.
and Small Yeet, forced out of his brand, decides to pick up the Lux, but the Akali coming in from Echo.
Here we go.
Are we gonna have a repeat of game one where Echo on Akali simply gets fed beyond all comprehension, or is it gonna be more of an even matchup going up against the Lux, and especially Small Yeet's Lux?
Yeah, the question is, exactly, Small Yeet. The question is, will Small Yeet be able to land a binding to heavily disengage the Akali, or will typical Echo just go out on a full rampage?
Well, we'll have to find out. Unfortunately, we can theorize it as much as we want, but unfortunately, theory only does so much. But looks like the AD carry, Ezreal takeaway. Now, the Morgana takeaway is probably really, really smart. I mentioned it earlier. In game number one, Breno's Morgana single-handedly carried red.
Yep.
To get rid of that forces him to show something else, and something that will have less impact.
But we do know that Breno has another champion under his belt. Now, which one is that?
Nami.
Nami.
So we'll have to see if they do opt to the Nami. The Graves ban, I'm a little confused by. AD carry Graves is no longer a thing ever since his range got reduced and he got a reload mechanic introduced to him. Cho'Gath, again, I'm surprised by this Cho'Gath pick. Like, you know the top laner and you know the mid laner. Cho'Gath AD carry isn't a thing.
No, definitely. Well, I mean, a couple patches ago, come on.
I mean, a couple patches ago, you were playing Swain and Kled Ziggs
Swain's
bottom.
still viable.
I know, but Swain's annoying. So I'll have to find out what Senior Red do decide to lock themselves in. It does. They're more than likely going to go for their AD carry here. It's going to be the Tristana, which Senior Red are locking down on the late game. The issue is, all these games are decided in the first 10 minutes with fighting.
Exactly. We'll have to see if that because please be nice, he's comfortable on Draven and he's comfortable on Tristana.
Yeah.
And those are the two champions that we have seen Please Be Nice play on. Well, we haven't seen Tristana. It's only been Draven.
We've seen Tristana now, but so Lucian, I really like Lucian. If they can pair this up with a Braum, okay, should have seen it coming, but I would have loved a
Definitely
Braum
should
here. I
have
mean,
seen
yeah,
it
we should
coming,
know.
yeah.
Mr. Towers has played support Sivir 3 games in a row, but the Taric
That is an interesting
locking down
one.
on the late game. Because now, if you Bastion the Akali, she jumps in. Taric's ultimate is 2.5 seconds of invulnerability. That is 2.5 seconds where an assassin, you can see her, but you can't touch her. And that is deadly for someone like a Lucian and a Lux, who are very squishy.
Exactly, and we will have 30 seconds left until we get into the game or the loading screen. But Senior Blue, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. They don't have much tank.
No, but that seems to be Senior Blue style, and it seems to be the entire style of this tournament. Tanks aren't necessarily the biggest priority, and more than that, it's who can get ahead early. If you are the team that gets ahead early, you have the best potential to win because games are snowballing in this particular series. So I do as much as I want, Senior Blue has the best chance of winning in terms of snowball. They've got a very strong top laner compared to the Nasus. Their Shyvana should power farm and become a damage threat. The Lux, I mean, we've all gone against the late game Lux and know what that does to you. And Lucian is terrifying. I'm not going to talk about the support Sivir because, well, I don't really think I need to. Support Sivir. Senior Red has a better scaling composition. So when we get to the late game, they'll be stronger. My worry is, and as much as I love my Nasus, my worry is they're not going to get there.
Well, Nasus is looking for some shutdown because he's got Ghost and Teleport, no Flash, which is dangerous against the Gangplank as well as the Shyvana.
I'm really not sold on the Ghost coming out of the Nasus there. I mean, you have yourself the Wither, a 70% slow reduction on any champion you so choose for about 20 seconds. So you don't need the Ghost necessarily. I mean, it can work, but I'm very hesitant on it. But we'll have to see. if Vint Dragon is able to pull anything off, as we will be loaded in to the grand final of this tournament.
Yeah, the finals between the Senior Blue and the Senior Red. Now, I'm going to say this again just in case you missed it. Senior Red won last time they played.
Indeed, they did, but Senior Blue has had plenty of time to warm up, and the things that caused them some serious issues in game number 1 have been removed. The playmaking of Frenno is reduced significantly. Morgana has fantastic pick potential. Tarek has equally so with a stun of a dazzle, but it's not nearly as powerful. It's much more of a protection pick rather than to pick somebody off. And of course, you got a stronger mid laner in Yeet over what you had with Mr. Tails.
Yeah, and so we've seen Mr. Tails in the mid lane, and what typical Echo can do against him as a Kali. But Small Yeet, I would say he's a bit more capable in the mid lane.
I think it's safe to argue he's stronger in the mid lane, but the issue is that argument stands for brand, and that's about it, because we have not seen his Lux. And his Lux is going for a very different start than the brand did, starting with the Sapphire Crystal instead of the Frostfang.
Or the Spell Thieves, which he usually uses as well. Yes. There we go, I got it. But now that I'm thinking of it, Lux isn't too different from brand.
It's the same concept, but the mechanics are quite different when it comes to these two champions.
Exactly.
So we'll have to see if Small Yeet is able to pull that off, or if he falls apart. Now, of course, the junglers are starting both on the bottom side and getting a little bit of a leash from their lanes. Now, what I'm going to be keeping my eyes on through the entire game is this top lane, and specifically the Nasus. So, for those who aren't aware, Nasus basically gains bonus damage on his Q every single time he last hits with it. The issue is, as we can see right now, he's in a lot of trouble.
He's taking quite a bit of damage, but so is best basic Q Hunter. Oh no, he just used this one.
Vint Dragon, you cannot be taking those early trades, especially against a Gangplank. You need to get yourself some shield. A Glacial Augment, a heavy armor item, is really needed before you can start hand-taking these trades.
Yeah, but they're not doing too badly. The Corrupting Potion does keep the Nasus alive. It's just a question to see. Will he be able to sustain it, or will he just keep playing this game of taking too much damage?
That's sort of early game Nasus for you. You take a lot of damage early. Oh, Stazzle lands. That's going to be first blood for the Tarek coming out. Mr. Tails unable to use Flash, unable to use Heal in the top lane. Vint Dragon gets soloed out. Nasus is weak early. And talking about being weak early, one more attack will do it. The flash! Tristana, this late game monster, has herself a kill under the belt.
And that is a 2-for-1. We got one kill happening.
Oh, the Ignite comes out, but it's not enough, and now the Akali has forced to flash their way out of there. Really aggressive, but Brad, more active than I think we've seen him all day.
And that was one kill against Nasus. He used Teleport to get back to lane. He doesn't have Ghost either. So he decides to walk inside the area of effect of those barrels. Those are dangerous. However, basic Q Hunter is taking quite a bit of damage, has only one health potion left.
Exactly, he's tanking up those minions quite a bit, and meanwhile the Warwick is up here to get a little bit, but no, the flash isn't enough! But he meant she'd be unable to get there, and the flash was really good timed, but the Warwick was still able to follow him through.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but he does follow through, and he does stay alive.
He's staying up top side though, look at the map, he's staying
Warwick
up there.
Is still in
they want to get this Nasus online. If they can get Nasus online early, he can crush every single person with his Siphoning Strike.
Yeah, Nasus isn't doing too badly either. He's ahead in CS by one.
There we go.
But
round number 2, let's see how it goes.
Here we go, he flashes for that one, he gets a taunt. He's not going to be able to do much. Wither has been used, but they're going to dive under turret. He doesn't have enough damage. He dives to turret. Basic Q Hunter picks up a second kill of the game.
I mean, Vin's simply overestimating his damage. You are Nasus, you are one of the best late game champions. The issue is when you get to 40 minutes, yes, you can do that. You're at 4 minutes into the game. You are nowhere near as powerful as you think you are.
Run, Wolfie, run. He does stay under turret. Yeah, nice.
I don't know how to do
a wolf sounds like?
I don't know how a wolf sounds like. I've never met a wolf in my life.
More specifically, is that how a werewolf sounds like?
I don't know. Again, never met a werewolf in my life, oddly enough.
Maybe you should. They're impressively...
You and I have to go to therapy after this, bro.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
All right, but looking down the lines, 2 kills apiece, a lot more even of a game than what we had at game number 1. I believe at game number 1 at the start of the day, there was about 6 kills in favor of red, which is not a thing anymore.
And I really love the pizza delivery skin, but that rocket jump does not hit. A really good dodge coming out from Mr. Tails. A lot of damage return coming out from Ozzy, but unfortunately there's a shield coming out from Tarek as well.
Exactly.
So.
If you pick Tarek for the utility, shielding, crowd control, and of course the invulnerability.
Shielding and healing.
I tried my best. Okay? but he brings
Look,
so
not
much to
everything
the table,
rhymes.
but it's not damage, which, I mean, I do quite like the Tarek pick here. I mean, it's not the most ideal pick in the world, but it does its job of keeping the Assassin alive, or it will keep the late game Tristana alive in a fight where she needs to be popping off all that damage.
Yeah, and they're doing well to stay in this game. 2 for 2, 800 gold difference between the two teams. It's not much.
Exactly, it's a lot, very close, and that is a really good sign for this game. It means not only both teams are taking this very seriously, but they're playing smart about it. They're not simply running in and being like, oh, I'll give this a shot. They're actually being smart about it. They're thinking, and talking about thinking, that is going to be an easy kill up for this Tristana, which, I mean, the exhaust is up and available. Mr. Dales needs to start using that summoner spell.
Yeah, he does have flash available as well. Looking in this mid lane though, Small Yeet is having a little bit of a problem here. Yeah, he's running low on mana, and his
partly
health
the reason
isn't too great
he started
either.
with the mana, he started with the Sapphire Crystal. He has
does
no
land.
mana regeneration, so it's a bit of an issue. The Mel on the top side. I mean, the dog is trying to get the farm he needs, but against the Pirate, he's really struggling.
Come on. Oh,
There we go, a little bit of VM
basic
coming out
kill,
of Hunter.
as well as Nasus.
A little love coming out is probably how we'll see that one, but cool.
Yeah, there's a bit of a difference there. Keep it constant. Keep it constant.
constant, keep it constant.
That's the trick.
That's the rule of the world. But meanwhile, on the bottom side, this could potentially be the first turret falling. And what's worrying is that this is a Tristana. I mentioned earlier how Nasus at 40 minutes was one of the strongest champions. Tristana is a champion that rivals Nasus at 40 minutes because she is ranged, her range is massive, and she's able to destroy people. So it's a little worrying that this late game hyper carry is 2-0 already.
And they have picked up an Infernal Drake as well, so that's more damage under their belt.
Exactly, an 8% amplification. So every bit of damage they will be dealing is scaled up quite a little bit at this rate. So they're struggling here. Meanwhile, a quick glance at the top side shows that Nasus, while having a CS advantage, is always down on the health aspect of the game.
And we'll have to see how they play this one out, especially with a pickaxe, as well as a crit item for Tristana. Pickaxe and...
Exactly. Oh, looks like a gank in the mid lane coming out as the Nasus falls top side. The Akali, forced to get out of there. Typical Zero will not die in all of this, but while that happened on the top side, Nasus goes down for the third time this game, and it's a little concerning.
That is unfortunate. He's gangplank. Basic Q Hunter does have has the Sheen and is building towards the Triforce. Meanwhile, we do see Mr. Tails taking quite a bit of damage. Last turret shot. Please be nice. Picks up the last kill onto that one.
And this is a Tristana with 3,000 gold as we see it fighting the Lucian right now. Lucian forced to get out of there. A couple more hits will do it. Jumping in on top of them. One more hit will do it. Tristana is currently sitting at 4-0. And what is disastrous here is the fact that she is so far ahead, not only of her opposite number, but of everyone else on the map.
Yeah, and she's ahead in CS as well. Double. Almost double. But she still has yet to scale. She's dishing out quite a bit of damage.
Yeah.
She's got 4 kills under her belt, but she still isn't at her peak.
That's the scary part, that this champion who is soloing people out has further to go. That's the serious concern. And meanwhile, on the top side, we're seeing the dog and the pirate still duking it now. I'm kind of curious how many stacks the Nasus has at this point in time, because he's in a bit of a rough lane. It looks like the first turret falls, and Tails, you cannot be there. The dragon jumps over the wall to try and save him. I don't think it's going to be enough.
In comes Shyvana, in comes the Bastion as well. They're going to be able to escape from that one, flashing away from that one. Predator Warwick coming through so quick. Small Yeet taking a lot of damage. Typical Echo. Meanwhile, Shyvana gets taken down by Sheepy 50. Cal.
There we go. The audience going wild, as you can see on stream. But what is disastrous there for Senior Blue is their mid laner has lost control, their jungler is out of control, and yes, the saving grace of the game is Hunter up in the top lane, but bottom lane is just as disastrous with the Tristana 5-0-2. I mean, yeah, you have one winning lane, but that's not going to be enough to substitute the fact that your top and your mid lane are falling apart.
And the top lane is pushing in as well. Nasus is doing really well to keep up with CS. Is actually ahead, but he just can't keep up with his lane opponent. Basic Q Hunter has Klepto, keeps proccing it, and is so far ahead in gold.
Exactly, and Nasus is sitting on 93 stacks. I just had a quick look there. So that's actually pretty good, considering the lane he's in. And Tails, you can't be here, mate. This is just going to be another easy kill. The BM recall!
Breno picks up the kill under that one. He's just giving it over to his support. He's saying, I have enough kills. Here you go for your efforts.
Exactly. You've done me well this lane. I'll treat you well as well. So really good there. But the final spark unable to connect there. So a bit of an unfortunate. But top lane, what's worrying in the top lane is this top lane is a time bomb. the Gangplank will not be able to bully Nasus forever. And the time bomb, when how long he has, is slowly starting to tick down. But it looks like they've rotated Lucian to the mid lane. Never mind, as the Nasus
a bit of damage.
is in so much
Ultimate
trouble.
coming in.
He
He's forced to use the
Saiyan,
ultimate.
but I don't think it's going to be enough. One more parlay will take him out.
And in comes Warwick. He's looking for a bit of damage. And in comes Tristana as well. She's dishing out quite a bit of damage. Ozzy's going down. Cheapy 50 cal picks up the kill on that one. And the back BM coming out from Please Be Nice.
Oh,
however,
no, please be nice.
Oh, no,
There's no way.
he's not. Will he be able to escape from this
No
one?
way.
No. He doesn't. Blasting code, but he's still able to auto-attack him. And the Dazzle picks up the kill. Shutdown gold onto basic Q Hunter.
Exactly. So a lot just happened there, but all in all, Senior Raid does come out on top. The Tristana does go down in that, which is a shutdown gold over, but the issue is she's still 5-1-4. This Tristana is so online that you need, like, the issue is to stop a Tristana, you shut her down early, which it's too late to do. She's already online. She has a static shiv.
She already has a static shiv. She's also got a pickaxe, which may or may not be built into an IE or a Gwynsus.
It's going to go into an Infinity Edge. I'll put money on that one.
Yeah, because she's got a static shiv. But
yeah, exactly.
She might be BMing.
I mean, I don't think you'd BM in a grand final. Unfortunately, Tails is in a little bit of bother there. That's going to be another kill. And it's going to go over to the Warwick, actually. So Sheepy picks it up in the audience.
Into the mid lane, though. The culling does land onto a Kali. Good ultimate, though, to disengage from that one. But that is 2 ultimates being burnt. 2
ultimates burnt for no reward, as the Akali does manage to get her way out of there alive and without harm. But part of the issue is this Akali 2-0 scales fantastically as and Lux gets locked out.
Mr. Yeet, small Yeet, he's taking quite a bit of damage. Siphoning Strike, a flash coming out. Does he have Wither? They're going under Tart.
Oh, not enough!
Pick up anything off that one. Really good disengage. Forced the flash away from
jungle.
that one.
The AD carry has found the Shyvana. We'll see who wins this one. A Fed AD carry or not. Dragon. It looks like the Tristana is running away from the fight. I don't think she realizes, oh crap, I can't beat the dragon.
No, she's on the wrong side of the map, but the rest of them are taking the turret. A little bit of damage onto the Nasus. Will he be able to 3v1?
I mean,
they're backing away from
They're backing away from him, which is a little concerning because this guy isn't tanky. He's got long swords, he's got daggers and a sheen and boots. This guy doesn't have any tanky stats, and yet he's forcing 3 people away from him simply through sheer force of will.
It's because of how big he currently is in size.
Yeah, true. I mean, when you get a big dog running at you, you run away.
He's swole.
He is definitely swole. I cannot believe you got me to say that on stream.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm pretty sure Prot would be proud of that.
Yeah, Prot would be definitely
the Bilgewater Cutlass, as well as the Hex blade. Revolver, Hextech Revolver,
sorry. There you go, you nailed it.
That's building into a Hextech Gunblade. And he's almost got enough gold to build the entire thing. Just has to wait. Maybe get a couple more kills. Tristana, however.
Talking about Tristana, she's the one who looks like she wants to get a couple kills. There's a fight in the top side of the map. The dog and the pirate duking it out. And while the pirate is 2 levels above, Tristana is trying to fight this off. Flashes forwards, picks up the kill, and Rocket jumps her way out of there. Take the kill without repercussions. And now, 2-level advantage, but the Nasus a little bit over-eager here, gets taken out. Lucian is completely caught out of position there and chomped out by the wolf.
6-4-16. Oh, a bit of a dazzle landing on a small Yeet. He's going to try and back away. Uses the Shroud for a bit of juking, but he's not going to be able to escape from this one. Typical Echo picking up another one. Small Yeet is not doing very well.
Exactly. We mentioned he's probably better than Mr. Tails in that mid lane, but it's really not showing. He's yet to complete an item. He's only got the Lost Chapter and the Fiendish Codex. He's 0-4, which is disastrous, and it's really not looking good.
In comes the massive dragon. He's going to attack Tarek quite a bit, but he's going to disengage from this one. They have a massive amount of disengage.
War coming in.
Predator, he's going in for the gangplank. The pirate, shutdown goal going over to Shyvana. He's running, but he won't be able to. He will be able to escape. Won't be able to pick up a kill into that one. Tristana, however, going on to Lucian. The culling in the wrong direction. She jumps right into it, but she's going to be able to escape from that one with
there we go.
He misses the cue. He's going to back away from this one. The taunt landing. He does manage to pick it up with the help of a barrel and a disengaged shutdown coming from the work.
Hunter targets the wrong champion. He's meant to click the Tristana with his Q. It's a point and click, and he misses completely. It's a bit of an oopsie there. Does manage to pick up the return kill, so it's not the end of the world. but that's really not a good sign from the one saving grace in your team right now. Because right now, we look at the lineup, everyone but Hunter is really struggling here.
Yeah, Hunter is doing quite well. 6 and 2, potentially the carry. Already has a Trinity Force.
Exactly, and Trinity Force is a huge point out for the Gangplank. He's able to do so much damage, and looks like he's going for a Steric Cage as the second item there. Nash is forced to back his way out of there, but another lockup. Final Spark coming out in the mid lane, but Small Yeet just has no damage.
And they will be able to disengage. Not enough damage coming out from Small Yeet to be able to do anything with that. Akali, however, potentially going into the dive if she connected that. But blue buff going over to Lucian.
Tails.
He's just
I love how
right now.
Nice isn't attacking. He's not worth the energy it takes to auto-attack
It's not
him.
worth the gold. That's
Exactly,
the thing.
but what is worth the gold is that Nats is up at the top lane. The Siphoning Strike is not able to do enough damage. One more hit will do it.
He's almost got it, though.
Unable to get the turnaround.
Really close.
And this, please, look at the mid lane. That is a deadlock. And please be nice. Has no one told you not to play with your
picks
food?
Up that one.
I want to use that line.
Exactly, do not play with your food. They will be looking to take this mid lane turret, but they won't be able to do much yet. Mr. Tails is down for the 8th time, and his infamous 3 Dorn Shield, he'll be building a 4th.
He's going to be building a 4th, and then 2 calls,
and then
and then BF Sword by selling.
This is how he's doing it.
That's how the build's been evolving today, so I'll have to see how that goes.
There's the 4th Dorn's blade.
Oh, looks like the Tristana going in. Lucian is worth trying to kill, it appears. Jumping forwards once again, the heal is not going to be enough to keep him alive. They are popping the Cosmic Radiance. That invulnerability isn't even needed to pick up another kill. And actually, it looks like but they're calling the pincer. The Shyvana's behind them. He abandons his support, says, see you later, dude.
Oh, Warwick, though, he's joined the fight. So has the Nasus. Meanwhile, top lane is very open. Binding does land. Lands on 3 members, but Small Yeet is not big enough. Siphoning Strike. First kill for Nasus. Down goes Warwick. Gangplank picking up the 8th kill of the game. And he's going onto the Nasus. A couple more. No. That Gangplank picks that one up. Tristana barely escaping. Doesn't have enough damage to deal with it right now.
No.
Doesn't land onto the Akali. Will she be able to escape from this one? No, she doesn't. Triple kill going over to basic Q Hunter.
And Hunter is the heart and fire of the entire Senior Blue lineup. He is 10-2-2 on a late game monster. This guy pretty much has to put his entire team on his back and saying, don't worry guys, I will carry this by myself because Yeet is 0-6. Aussie is 0-6. Their support is 0-8. Like, he needs to be the sole heart of this team because right now no one else is able to step up to the table.
Well, not of yet, Brad. He needs to farm it out a bit. He's down in CS, down in kills. Warwick is 9-1. That's a huge lead that Warwick has.
Oh, incoming. Talking about Warwick. Here he comes.
Oh my goodness.
The wolf scents his blood. He is such a fast boy. Lux is caught up. The Tristana jumping in as well. The Infinite Duress to lock out the Pirate. Unable to get the way. Tristana picks herself up. 1 kill. She's snowballing the rest of the fight. The stopwatch to buy a little bit of time, but that's all it's going to do as he will eventually fall. A shutdown going to the 10-1 Warwick.
The wolf is massive. He is huge. 10-1.
There we go. That's the crowd we love to hear.
The wolf is massive. He's huge. 10-1. Titanic Hydra. And he's even got Predator with Tenacity Boots. They're going to be able to take the 2nd tier turret and easily look for more.
Nasus is building a Storm Razor, which is a very unconventional item coming out from him. So we'll have to see if this 1-7 Nasus with a Storm Razor is actually going to do its job. But, looks like a bit of a fight coming out. There's a lockup in on the Lucian. Oh, Tristana, she's going well into the enemy base. She doesn't give a damn. It's her town now.
She knows what she's doing. Little Yordle goes in deep. Little Yordle with a big heart. That's what it is.
Exactly, big heart and a big gun, and she shoots him down now. Can they save the Tarek? The man in pink is going to get burnt out by the dragon.
Come on, Nasus.
Will get himself out of that alive. Mr. Tails,
Jukes.
He's trying his best. He's trying to get the split push online.
Oh, Jukes.
But
Jukes.
much like his 80 carry.
Jukes.
I mean, this is just playing with your food at this point. Why are we...
Oh, Tristana's might be able to pick up a kill onto Brad. He flashes over
it.
The wall. Rocket jump follows him over.
Rude recalls in front of him. Like, no, I don't need this.
No.
And this... There we go. That is
auto attack to death by
with your food.
Yeah, auto attack to death by an AP champion. That's rude.
That is definitely rude. But 11-10 for the Tristana, 5-1-3 for the Akali, 10-1-6 scoreline sitting on these 3 carries on the side of Senior Red, who really look poised to take this game.
Well, Mr. Tails hasn't gone for the culls. He's gone straight for the BF sword. Oh, but typical Echo, maybe looking for a bit of danger. Basic U Hunter is looking to hunt him down, but he's not going to be able to pick up any kill. Just land a crit.
Exactly, and Nasus is now sitting at, I can't easily tell, unfortunately. I want to see how many stacks
But he's going to get a
Nasus
stack
has.
off the turret up top lane. The culling has been used. Trying to back away from this one. Warwick has popped Predator. He's going in. He's managing to taunt the Lux. Small yeet. Couple bit more damage. He's walking away from this one. He lands the ulti. No, he doesn't. A lot of damage gone. And down goes Ozzy.
Definitely, the crowd here is a lively one here at Wodonga today, and that's one of the best parts of a live event is to hear the crowd going live. I mean, we're going to do a little experiment. All right, so if you have faith in Senior Red, let me hear you.
I had no clue what you just said.
Don't worry, never do I. And what about Senior Blue? Who has faith in them? There we go. Not as loud, but still a bit of love coming out there.
Yeah, Senior Blue has some love, but Senior Red are really pushing into their base. They have the Rift Herald. Doesn't look like they'll have a dancing Rift Herald.
I mean, they potentially could. If they keep pushing here,
they could
threaten the ending. Because right now, Vin is on the top side hanging out with Brad. And Brad, your base.
Oh,
no, this is worse. Look at the mini-map. They're coming up to cut Brad off. Brad has nowhere to go.
The ghost has been popped. He's still going. He's going fast.
He's a fast boy, but the question is, can he outrun the 4 people that are coming from him?
He has the Wither. Brad incoming. A chilling smite as well. They're really looking to kill him.
Where are we looking, camera?
Run.
There we go.
Go.
Well, all this is happening. Tails is on the bottom
side.
Okay, he tried.
Bye, Brad.
Brad, it was an honor knowing those who are about to die salute you. Isn't that? Oh no, that's the. I can't do that whistle. Well, all this is happening. Tails has been pushing the bottom lane, actually getting a bit of map pressure on. So, but the horrible scoreline that he's currently rocking, he's actually putting on pressure around the map. People are going to have to go deal with him.
His CS is equal to his 80 carry. That's all I'm going to say.
Exactly. And
Small yeet goes down.
That's the 9th time he's fallen this game. He's doing just as poorly as Tails there.
Huge amount of damage coming out. They won't be able to kill him. Actually, they will. Basic U Hunter is going on a killing spree.
Remember, this Gangplank is the heart and soul of Senior Blue right now. At 11-3, he's picked up his Sterix Gauge. He's building towards either the Yomut Ghostblade or the Duskblade of Drakthar. Pretty much where this Gangplank is, Senior Red should avoid fighting because they can win every other fight.
And those barrels, once he stacks them up, they're going to deal a huge amount of damage in a short amount of time. And with the amount he has built a Yomu's, and with the amount of damage that he can do with a Triforce, a Sterix Gauge, and a Yomu's, and Lucidity Boots.
Exactly. I mean, it is a lot of damage, and those barrels are pretty much on command for him. So if you can chain them together properly, he reduces his barrel damage. To put it in context, he ignores 40% of the armor made by the other team. And now, look on the lineup of Senior Red. I see one person who's properly built armor.
Oh, here we go.
And that's about it. Tristana
in the range of Tristana as well. And down goes the Lux. Not the Lux. Just the Tails one more time.
Be nice to him. Can he kite this out? He can. A double kill for the Tristana, who's sitting on 2 items. This is disastrous. She's going to keep scaling.
Will they be able to survive? A good ultimate coming out from the Warwick, but he does pick up a kill onto the Nasus, and now Lucian is left for himself as Warwick gets another kill.
There we go, and of course, kills coming left, right, and center. 40 kills by Senior Red this game, and nearly half of them are sitting shared between Please Be Nice on the 80 carry roll, and of course, Sheepy with that jungle Warwick. So the junglers and the 80 carry for Red seem to be dictating the pace as they crack open the top lane side.
Warwick is huge, 14-1, Titanic Hydra, Dead Man's Plate, ignoring a lot of the damage that they want to dish out. That's a fast Gangplank though. Exactly,
fast Gangplank is going to be fast enough as Sivir is deleted before the fight even starts. Cosmic Radiance coming out is unnecessary, but it looks like they can even force the ending coming out of the Lucian. Tristana face tanking that doesn't give a damn about that, and Tristana now jumps her way in there. Can't believe that's anything, but a little bit far forwards. Brad forced to back out of there, but the Tristana is so low. If she goes down here, there's a lot of damage from Senior Red being falling. The barrel, and there's a turret behind them. They're getting flanked completely. Shut down to Gangplank of all champions. That's disastrous. Gangplank will eventually fall, but that Gangplank is sitting at 13 kills, which is equal to the Tristana.
Oh, and Small Yi taking quite a bit of damage from the huge Warwick. The werewolf dishing out quite a bit of damage. A lot of damage coming out from Mr. Tails, actually. But he's going to go down to Sheepy 50 cal. Meanwhile, Sheepy 50 cal uses the ultimate right back up. Ozzy is taken down as well. Wither, no escape, no surrender. He's going to be able to back away from this one.
That is the last Nexus turret falling, and that will be Senior Red taking the game in 25 minutes, 46 kills to 17.
That is going to be 50 gold going over to the support. Tarek.
Here we have the audience, and oh my god, well that was a game.
That was definitely a game. It was amazing to see these two teams play it out. And look at this. Senior Red have won the tournament.
Exactly, Senior Red taking the
Senior
game.
Red. Senior Red, that was the final game. You have won the trophy. Come around the front.
Yeah, come around the front.
Stand up, guys. Come around the front.
All five of you.
Here is your lovely, beautiful trophy. We'll get that engraved.
Hold it up together, boys.
Give him a bit of something. Give him something.
Yeah, hold it up. There we go.
Hey, there we go. We have a medal for you.
Well done.
Thank you.
You want it? Okay.
Yeah,
You just give it to me. A medal for hippie hair.
Yeah, hippie hair. See, I told you. Have faith in the hippie hair.
We have another medal for you.
There you go, man. Good job.
He's so tall. He's so tall.
Trust, this coming from you is a bit annoying. Everyone here is taller than I am.
Oh, beautiful.
The final
Beautiful
medal
place.
handed out now. Once again, shout it out for your winners, Senior Red.
Lovely, beautiful games.
Indeed, and this
Take a couple
tournament
photos.
starts the same way it ends. Senior Red taking out their sister team of Senior Blue. So, really good job there from Red to take that out. And of course, as we see now on the camera, the players shaking hands. Hell of a game to conclude the day.
Amazing game. Senior Blue trying their hardest, but unfortunately, they weren't able to bring it back.
All right, so we can hear the calls from the crowd to his speech. So what we'll do...
Do we have a captain?
Do we have a... Wait, boys, before you run away, guys, can we have a captain from one of the teams, please? There we go, Red, let's go. Come join us on the desk. Can we get the camera to work? All right, so hopefully we'll have our... There we go. All right, welcome, Eddie. So, first things first, for those who are outsiders who have just been watching it online, which of the 5 members were you today?
I was Sheepy 50 cal.
There we go. So Sheepy 50 cal, the jungler, the Warwick that popped the hell off today. So, of course, first things first, the Warwick pick. We saw bans against you all day. Is Warwick one of your boys?
I guess so.
I mean, it was really good. The amount of damage that you output on the Titanic Hydra, as well as the Dead Man's Plate. Why did you decide to go fast? Why so fast? Like,
Because it's fun.
it is fun, but there's other runes that you can take as well. I mean, it did work. It worked.
I mean, this coming
It
from the
worked.
guy who does nothing but play Predator Quinn, you have no reason to talk about going fast, my friend.
Okay. Well, how did your team pull together? How did you, like, did you have any strategies?
Strategies, not
No?
really. I
Just-
think we just controlled the map better
Yeah?
overall.
Yeah, they did have 2 dragons on their side. Was it Infernal and Mountain? Yeah, so it was a lot better control over the objectives as well. Did they take any turrets? Yes, they
They
did.
took over it. Now, I'm going to have one last question for myself, and then we can wrap up the day, of course. Tails had a few interesting champion picks today. We saw the Talon with Smite mid, and of course we've seen support Sivir for the rest of the day. Now, your opinions on, of course, support Sivir coming out of Tails?
I mean, in the right hands, there's potential there.
There's potential there, so it's simply Tails needs to get some new hands, basically.
Yeah, no. Yeah, definitely. But
Definitely, well-
yeah, we're going to wrap this one up. Thank you very
Congratulations
much.
on your win, Sheepy. Well done. You can go join your team. All right, well, hopefully you can hear it across. That is Senior Red's jungler and captain's
We
Sheepy.
have
taking it out.
found one more meep. We
All right, hands up, who wants the meep?
We have one more. Okay, who's the loudest? I need the loudest person.
You had to do this, didn't you?
Who do you think? Who do you think?
I don't know. I'm partly deaf.
One more time. One more time. Yeah,
one of the frontliners,
she was
guys.
loud. She was loud.
There we go. All right, well, that is going to be it from us today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everyone, of course, at the school for being with us today, going through each and every game. And, of course, the Northeastern Esports Tournament for hosting and running an event between these three schools over the course of the entirety of today.
Yeah, also want to thank HyperX for the beautiful headsets, as well as McDonald's and the Wodonga Homemaker Center and Raleigh as well.
Exactly. So thank you, everyone, for joining us throughout the course of the day. We hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you later.